He's... George! Oh, don't, for God's sake, don't!
Wake up, Jane.
He's moving. Look out! He's alive!
Jane! You were dreaming.
Yes.
All right now.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Good girl. You'll soon be all right.
Yes. Are you going into college, Mark?
Yes. It's the big meeting today. I might be rather late. Jane?
Yes, I heard you.
Sorry. Perhaps you should try and get some more sleep.
No.
Look, I don't like to see you like this. Is there something I can do?
No, it doesn't matter. Please, Mark. Go to the meeting.
I'll be home as soon as I can. I promise.
Though I am Oxford bred and am very fond of Cambridge, I think that Edgestowe is more beautiful than either. For one thing, it is so small. No maker of cars or sausages or marmalades has yet come to industrialize the town. And the university itself is tiny. Apart from Bracton College and a women's college beyond the railway, there are only two others, Northumberland and Duke's. This fine morning, as Mark, who is a fellow of Bracton, walks down to his college, he does not, alas, notice the morning beauty of the little hillside suburb where he lives, nor the gentle charm of the town itself. He is thinking of a very different matter.
Ah, Studdock!
Oh, hello, Curry.
Oh, I'm glad I've run into you. Are you heading for the meeting?
Yes.
It'll take the hell of a time. Probably go on after dinner. Have you seen the agenda?
Yes. I was just puzzling over that item, sale of college property.
Ah, yes. Sale of the area marked pink on the attached map. Yes, indeed.
Which is Bragdon Wood.
Yes.
Rather contentious, wouldn't you say, Curry?
Ah, well, it may be. But if the National Institute for Coordinated Experiments is to come here at all, that's the only place on which they'll consider building.
Do you think it'll go through, then?
Sure to. We've got the warden, the bursar, all the chemical and biochemical people for a start. Oh, and I should have told you, Dick's going to be there.
Telford?
Oh, Telford. No! I mean Lord Feverstone. Dick Devine, as he used to be.
I was a little baffled by the idea of Telford. I'm glad Feverstone is coming. I've never met him.
Oh, you must, Studdock. Come and have drinks in my rooms tonight. I've asked him.
I should like to very much. By the way, I suppose Feverstone's position is quite secure.
How do you mean?
Well, there was some talk, if you remember, as to whether someone who was away quite so much could go on holding a fellowship.
But didn't you think that absolute blah?
Well, as between ourselves, yes. But I must confess, Curry, that if I were put up to explain why a man who is nearly always in London should go on being a fellow of Bracton, I shouldn't find it altogether easy.
There's one thing that perhaps you ought to know about Dick Feverstone, Studdock.
What's that?
He got you your fellowship. Oh, yes. Denniston was your chief rival. Between ourselves, many people liked his papers better than yours. It was Dick who insisted you were the sort of man we really wanted. He took the line that the one thing to consider is the type of man we need, and be damned to paper qualifications. And I must say he turned out to be right.
Very kind of you.
But be sure you're in the meeting when the sale of Bragdon Wood item comes up. We may need your voice.
Oh, I'll be there.
The only time I was a guest at Bracton, I persuaded my host to let me into the wood and leave me alone there for an hour. He apologized for locking me in. Very few people were allowed into Bragton Wood. I suppose the mere fact of its being walled in gave the wood its peculiar quality. For when a thing is enclosed, the mind does not willingly regard it as common. I was quite alone in there, and it felt like the loneliness of a very large room in a deserted house. I remember thinking, this is the sort of place which as a child one would have been rather afraid of, or else would have liked very much indeed. In half a mile I came to the centre of the wood, and there was the thing I had come to see. It was a well with steps going down to it, and the remains of an ancient pavement about it. A well known for centuries as Merlin's Well. I lay down in the grass and touched it with my fingers, for this was the heart of Bragton Wood. Out of this all the legends had come. Legends that Merlin lay beneath, buried though not dead, awaiting resurrection. And inspired by this, a 14th century song.
In Bragton bright this ender day, Herr die Merlin there he lay, sing and a woe and well away.
Bragton Wood is a place of shadows and mild sunshine, contemplation, mystery, cooing birds, running water, and quiet turf. And it is the place that Mark's peers, the progressive element among the fellows of Bragton College, are intending should be sold off and bulldozed to give place to a building that would make a quite noticeable addition to the skyline of New York.
Oh, here she is.
Hello, Jane.
Hello.
How nice of you to come, dear.
Well, it was kind of you to invite me. I'm sure I'd have skipped lunch otherwise. How lovely your garden's looking, Dr. Dimble.
You'd better take a good look at it then.
What do you mean?
Haven't you told her, dear?
I haven't screwed myself up to it yet. Besides, poor dear, her husband is one of the villains of the piece. But anyway, I expect she knows.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Your husband's college is being so tiresome, dear. They're turning us out. They won't renew the lease.
Mrs. Dimble, I didn't even know this was Bragton College property.
There you are. One half of the world doesn't know how the other half lives. Here have I been imagining that you were using all your influence over Mr. Studdock to try to save us, whereas in reality...
Mark never talks to me about college business.
Good husbands never do. At least only about the business of other people's colleges.
That's why I know all about Bragton College and nothing about Northumberland.
Anyone coming into lunch?
You go on in, dear. Jane, you're not entirely looking yourself. There's nothing wrong, is there?
Wrong? Why? What should there be?
Do you hate being kissed? Oh.
Thus Mrs. Dimble, in her fine, intuitive way, gently puts her finger on the troublesome spot. For having only recently been married, Jane is still astonished at the difference between her hopes for marriage and its realization.
Marriage was ordained,
She quotes bitterly.
for the mutual society, help and comfort that the one ought to have of the other. But I feel I'm in something like solitary confinement since we married.
Oh, my dear.
I'm endlessly alone. And it's so predictable that the phone will ring in the late afternoon and it'll be Mark to tell me he has to work late and he'll be dining in college. Sometimes I wonder why he married me.
Oh, but Mark's still in love with you, isn't he, dear?
I don't know. If he is, then being in love must mean something totally different to men and women. I mean, look at John Donne. Hope not for mind in women at their best sweetness and wit.
They are but mummy possessed.
Mrs. Dimble, do any men really want mind in women? I don't think Mark does.
let's go and have lunch.
And has it ever struck you what an odd creation Merlin is? He's not evil, yet he's a magician. He's obviously a druid, yet he knows all about the Grail. He's the devil's son. But we're told that the kind of being who fathered him was not necessarily bad.
Well, whether he's good or bad, he's safely buried under Bragdon Wood.
Buried, though not dead.
Oh.
And that's an odd thing. Why should the NICE be so determined to have Bragdon Wood as the base of their headquarters? I can't imagine a little cockney like their director Jules being influenced by any poetic fancy about Merlin. I wonder what they'll find when they start digging there.
First mud and then water.
Yes, I dare say some of the NICE people would like to find Merlin. Though whether they'd be equipped to cope with him, I rather doubt.
That child's going to faint.
Jane, what's the matter?
Oh, it's too ridiculous. It's just that I had a rather odd dream last night.
Yes?
And for some reason your conversation is reminding me.
Jane, tell us about it.
Yes, do.
Well, there was a foreign-looking face, bearded and rather yellow, with a hooked nose. Its expression was frightened. The mouth sagged open and the eyes stared as if it had had a sudden shock.
Horrible.
You poor dear thing.
Then I saw it was a man who was sitting hunched up in one corner of a little square room with whitewashed walls, waiting. Then the door opened and a rather good-looking man with a pointed grey beard came in. They spoke in French. I could only make out some of what they said. The visitor was telling the prisoner something which he intended him to regard as good news. As he did, the prisoner grew more and more distressed until he became utterly terrified.
Go on.
Well, all of that seemed real. Not like a dream at all. But then it did become much more like a nightmare. The visitor adjusted his pince-nez, smiled very coldly, seized the prisoner's head, gave it a sharp turn, and unscrewed it.
No.
Just like a diver's helmet.
Oh, horrible, dear. How upsetting for you.
Oh, I am sorry. This really isn't the sort of subject for lunchtime, is it?
But please go on. It's fascinating.
Well, he took the head away, and it sort of changed then into a head with a reddish-white beard, all covered with earth. It belonged to an old man whom some people were digging up in a kind of churchyard. He looked like an old druid or something. And at first I thought it was a corpse, but then I saw it was coming to life. And I yelled out, "Look out, he's alive! Stop, stop, you're waking him!" But they didn't stop. And he sat up and started talking in some weird ancient language.
Did it sound vaguely like Spanish, by any chance?
I thought it was Spanish. Cecil?
Oh, just a possibility of something.
Do you have a paper?
Today's paper, Jane? Unless Cecil's cleaned his pipe out on it.
It's here. Look.
Ah.
Why?
Do you see the article about a man being executed in France?
Oh, yes. Execution of Alcazan. Scientist, Bluebeard goes to guillotine?
You see the photograph? Foreign-looking with a hooked nose?
Yeah.
That was a man in my dream.
I see. So you'd seen the paper, and it had disturbed
No,
you.
Mrs. Timble. I dreamt it before I saw the paper.
Well, you'd followed the story, perhaps.
To my knowledge, I hadn't heard of the business at all.
Congratulations, one and all.
Oh, we certainly pulled that off all right. Well done, Dick.
Thank you, Busby. Thank you, Curry. Well done, one and all.
Even Studdock here played his part.
Well, hardly.
Yes, you did.
And so the NIC is to come to Edgestone.
Yes.
This really does mark the start of something massive. Open that bottle, would you, Studdock?
Right.
You know, I think we must take the credit, in a small way, for having the foresight and seeing off all those wretched diehards and obstructionists.
It was very impressive, Curry. I even felt quite sorry for old Canon Jewel when Lord Feverstone put him in his place.
Oh, what was it you said, Dick, as he stood there bumbling on?
I said if Canon Jewel wishes us not to hear his views, I suggested his end could be better attained by silence.
And you wouldn't feel sorry for old Jewel if you knew what he was like in his prime.
Oh, quite right, Busby. Besides, I take the Clausewitz view. Total war is the most humane in the long run. I shut him up instantaneously. I thank you. Good health, all.
To the National Institute for Coordinated Experiments.
The NICE.
The NIC.
May it flourish and triumph.
Yeah.
And the sooner the better. Then I can stop having to deal with all these obstructionists and get on with my job. Well done, Dick.
Your job being...
Well, my book.
Oh, yes, the book, yes.
Well, I can well see Curry might feel that way. Supposing he resigned his office as sub-warden and retired into his cave, he might give us a thunderingly good book on economics.
Economics.
I happen to be a military historian.
I mean military history, of course. He might give us a thunderingly good book on military history. But it will be superseded in 20 years, whereas the work he's doing now, the business of bringing the NIC to Edgestone, that will benefit the town for centuries.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not merely thinking of the financial side of it, though as bursar I rate that pretty high, but think of the new life, the awakening of new vision, the stirring of dormant impulses. What would any book on economics
Military
be
history,
compared with a thing like that? I look upon it as the greatest triumph of practical idealism that this century has yet seen.
Well, that's rather the sort of thing one hoped, but I mightn't put it exactly as you do, Busby.
Yeah, think how put out Cambridge will be. They were desperate to get the Institute to go there.
Has anyone discovered what, precisely, the NICE is? Or what it intends to do?
Well, that comes oddly from you, Dick. I thought you were in on it yourself.
Ah. Now, isn't it just a little naive to suppose that being in on a thing involves any distinct knowledge of its official program?
Well, I mean, if you mean details...
Surely, Feverstone, you're making a great mystery about nothing. I should have thought the object of the NICE were pretty clear. It's the first attempt to take applied science seriously from the national point of view. It's going to mobilize all the talent of the country, and not only the scientific talent in the narrower sense. Its own police, I'm told. Its own permanent staff of architects, surveyors, engineers. All the things stupendous.
Careers for our sons, I see.
Yeah? What do you mean by that, Lord Feverstone?
Ah, God, what a brick to drop. I had quite forgotten you had a family, Busby.
For me, the NICE marks the beginning of a new era. The really scientific era. Up to now, everything has been haphazard. This is going to put science on a scientific basis. There are to be 40 interlocking committees sitting every day, and they've got a wonderful gadget. I was shown the model last time I was in town, by which the findings of each committee print themselves off in their own little compartment on the analytical notice board every half hour. A glance at the board shows you the policy of the whole institute actually taking shape under your own eyes. Marvellous. They call it a pragmatometer.
Oh, pragmatometry is going to be the big thing. Hundreds of people are going in for it.
What do you think about it, Studder?
Well, I think that Busby touched on the most important point when he said it would have its own legal staff and its own police. At last we're going to get science applied to social problems and backed by the whole force of the state. Just as war has been backed by the whole force of the state in the past.
Come.
Excuse me, Mr. Curry, the warden would like to see you.
Oh, damn. Look, help yourselves to drinks. Hopefully I won't be long.
I must get off myself. I'm going to bed early. I've been on my legs nearly all day.
Good idea.
A man's a fool to hold any office in this college. Curry, my lad, you'd have had an easier life if you'd stuck to economics.
Pragmatometers. Practical idealism. Do you know, it really is rather devastating that the people one has to use for getting things done should talk such drivel the moment you ask them about the things themselves.
And yet they are, in a sense, the brains of Bracton.
Good Lord, no. Busby and Curry can be persuaded to take the right train, even to drive it. But they haven't got a ghost of a notion where it's going to. Or why. They will sweat blood to bring the NICE to Edgestowe. That's why they're indispensable. But what the point of the NICE is, what the point of anything is, ask them another. Pragmatometry.
Perhaps I'm in the same boat myself.
Oh, not at all. You saw the point at once. I knew you would. I have read everything you've written since you were in for your fellowship. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. More wine?
Oh, thank you.
I want you to come into the Institute.
You mean to leave Bracton?
Oh, that makes no odds. It sounds rather in Busby's style to say that humanity is at the crossroads. But it is the main question at the moment. If science is really given a free hand, it can now take over the human race and recondition it, take control of our own destiny. Make man a really efficient animal. If it doesn't, well, we're done.
Go on.
Oh, it's serious, Stoddock. You'll hear people like Curry or Busby going on about the war against reaction, but it never enters their heads that it might be a real war, with real casualties. Do you remember Weston?
He was killed in a blitz, wasn't he?
He was murdered.
Murdered?
The murderer is a respectable Cambridge don, with weak eyes and a fair beard. He has dined in this college.
Why was Weston murdered?
For being on our side. Their side will stop at nothing. They are going to fight every inch of the way.
They can't win.
Well, we'll hope not. But look, come out to Belbury tomorrow.
Belbury?
Where we've got our headquarters at the moment. Meet John Wither, our deputy director. He told me to bring you for the weekend, if you were interested. You'll meet all the important people there. It'll give you a chance to make up your mind. I could call and pick you up.
Thanks very much.
Hello?
Mrs. Dimble?
Speaking.
It's Jane.
Oh, Jane. Hello, dear. Jane?
Yes, I'm sorry to ring you so late.
That's quite all right.
It's just that I've been on my own all evening, and I'm afraid I've been imagining things to do with my dreams and things.
Oh, dear.
Yes. And I've been thinking, you remember you suggested someone I might see about it?
Yes.
Well, I think I would like to, if you wouldn't mind.
One moment. Jane?
Yes?
Her name is Miss Ironwood, and she lives out at St. Anne's on the Hill.
Well, should I make an appointment?
No, they'll be... You needn't make an appointment. Good night now.
Good night. What did she mean? They'll be expecting you. Oh, Mark!
Jane, I'm sorry I'm so late. Really, I am.
Oh, Mark, I've been so frightened.
What? Oh, not another of these dreams, is it?
I kept seeing a sort of image of this very tall woman dressed in black, very strong-looking. I don't know who she was.
All right. It'll be all right.
Tea?
Oh. Jane, thank you. Do you feel all right this morning?
Yes, thank you.
You're quite sure?
Quite.
You know, if you feel the least bit uncomfortable, I could put off going to see this man with her. If I do go, I'll certainly have to be away for the night. Perhaps 2.
That's perfectly all right. I'm quite accustomed to being alone.
That's the devil of the way things are in college at present. That's one of the chief reasons I'm thinking of another job. Look here, old thing. I don't feel comfortable about going away while you're in your present state.
What state?
Well, I mean, just a bit nervy. As anyone might be temporarily.
Because I happened to have had nightmares yesterday and was upset when you came home last night. Or rather, this morning. There's no need to talk as if I were a neurasthenic.
Now, there's no good going on like that.
What? If you decided that I'm going mad, you better get Brysaker to come down and certify me. They could get me packed off while you're at Mr. Wither's without any fuss. I'm going to see about the breakfast now. If you don't shave and dress pretty quickly, I'll not be ready for Lord Feverstone when he calls.
An observer placed at the right altitude above Edgestowe later that morning might have seen far to the south a moving spot on a main road, and to the east, and much more slowly moving, the smoke of a train. This train would have been that in which Jane Studdock was progressing slowly to the village of St. Anne's, while the moving spot was the car which was carrying Mark Studdock towards the blood transfusion office at Belbury, where the nucleus of the NICE had its temporary abode. The very size and style of the car makes a favourable impression on Mark the moment he sees it. And what fine male energy, Mark feels sick of women at the moment, reveals itself in the very gestures with which Feverstone settles himself at the wheel and puts his elbow on the horn and clasps his pipe firmly between his teeth.
Ever noticed, Studdock, how as soon as one drives at a reasonable speed, one seems to collect every half-witted octogenarian in Edgestowe in front of one? Out of the way, you imbecile!
That was totally his fault.
Of course. You drive much yourself?
Used to.
Dog was damn lucky. I am very glad you're coming, by the way.
So am I.
It's of immense importance just now to be on the right side. If you try to be neutral, you simply become a pawn.
Oh, I haven't any doubt which is my side.
Good.
Hang it all. The preservation of the human race, it's a pretty rock-bottom obligation.
Ah, well, you must remember that the other side would claim to be preserving humanity too. The practical point is that you and I don't like being pawns. And we do rather like fighting, especially on the winning side, eh?
And what is the first practical step?
Yes, that's the real question, and of course there are various. There is a problem of our rivals on this planet. I don't mean only insects and bacteria. There's far too much life of every kind about, animal and vegetable. We haven't really cleared the place yet. Got it! Oh, yes! And we still haven't short-circuited the question of the balance of nature. All that is to be gone into. And then, of course, there's man himself.
Go on, this interests me very much.
Man has got to take charge of man. Which means that some men have to take charge of the rest. You and I want to be the people who do the taking charge, not the ones who are taken charge of.
What sort of thing did you have in mind?
Well, we'll take this village. Oh, picturesque, certainly, but a clear anachronism, unproductive and insanitary.
Oh, it's a beauty spot.
It may be. You take a look sometime at its population. You'll find it consists almost entirely of the two most undesirable elements: small rentiers and agricultural labourers.
Well, the small rentier is a bad element, I agree.
Right.
I suppose the agricultural labourer is more controversial.
The Institute doesn't approve of him. He's a very recalcitrant element in a planned community, and he's always backward. Luckily enough, though, these villages are in a valley. The idea is to dam it at the southern end and make the whole thing a reservoir. We'll need a new water supply now that Edgestowe's to be the second city in the country.
What about the living units?
Oh, living units. I like the way you sociologists speak. The living units will be relocated in a new model village, 4 miles away, on the railway line.
Good. I'm in favour. An efficient placement of the human resource.
The real thing at last. A whole new population housed where we can keep a clear eye on it, in properly ventilated dwellings. And it's people like you who have got to start the ball rolling.
Don't think it's false modesty, but I haven't yet seen how I can contribute.
But we have. You're what we need. A trained sociologist with a radically realistic outlook. Also, you can write.
You don't mean you want me to write up all this?
No. We want you to write it down. To camouflage it. Once it gets going, we shan't have to worry. But in the meantime, it does make a difference how things are put. For instance, if it were even whispered that the NICE wanted powers to experiment on criminals, you'd have all the old women of both sexes, mind, up in arms and yapping about humanity. Call it re-education of the maladjusted, and you have them all slobbering with delight that the brutal era of retributive punishment has at last come to an end.
Yes.
Odd thing it is. The word experiment is unpopular, but not the word experimental. You mustn't experiment on children. but offer the dear little kiddies free education in an experimental school attached to the NICE, it's all correct.
Look out!
Don't worry, Studek. You need never take a crossroad line that seriously. But it's impossible to say at this stage, you know, how your job might develop.
Jane's little train jerks and rattles along, past Bragton Wood and Bragton Camp, along the edge of Brawl Park, and on to Duke's Eton, Woolham, Cure Hardy, and Fourstones. The autumn sunlight grows warm on the window. Passengers get in and out at every stop. Apple-faced men and women with imitation fruit on their hats, and screwballs. And so to St. Anne's, where the train settles back when it stops with a little jerk and something like a sigh.
St. Anne's! St. Anne's!
There is still a climb to be done on foot, for St. Anne's is perched on a hilltop, the highest ground in all that region. She passes a church, turns left at the Saxon Cross, the timbered Midland plain spreading as far as she can see and blue in the distance. Presently she comes to a high wall that seems to run for a great way. There is a door in it, and beside the door, an old iron bell pull.
Allow me to introduce you. Mark Studdock. John Wither, Deputy Director of the NICE.
It gives me great pleasure, very great pleasure, Mr. Studdock, to welcome you to Bilberry. I do hope you had an agreeable journey.
Yes, sir. Very, thank you.
Your flight was not delayed.
No, I didn't fly, sir.
And how was London when you left it?
Not London, sir. I came from Edgestone. I was wondering if you would enlighten me, sir. I'm not entirely clear in what capacity I might be able to assist the Institute.
I assure you, Mr. Studdock, that you needn't anticipate the slightest difficulty on that point. There was never any idea of circumscribing your activities and your general influence on policy, much less the terms of reference under which you would be collaborating with us.
I just feel I should like some idea of what I shall be doing if I come to you.
Well, now, when you speak of coming to us, Lord Feverston, I feel sure you will fully agree with me that nothing was further from the mind of the committee than to dictate in any way, or even to advise, where where your friend should live.
Quite.
Really, sir, I wasn't thinking about that at all. It is the exact nature of the work that I wanted to get clear.
My dear young man, you need not have the slightest uneasiness in that direction. You are among friends here, Mr. Studdock. I should be the last person to advise you to connect yourself with any organization where you ran the risk of being exposed to disagreeable personal contacts.
You are very kind. The only thing I should like to get clear is the scope of the appointment.
Well, I am very glad that you have raised that issue in a quite informal way. We do not really think among ourselves of strictly demarcated functions. Everyone in the Institute feels that his own work is not so much a departmental contribution to an end already defined as a moment or grade in the progressive self-definition of an organic whole.
I do think that is so important. The elasticity of your organization is one of the things that attracts me.
Yes?
Does a Miss Ironwood live here?
Yes.
I want to see her, please.
Have you an appointment?
Well, not exactly. I was directed here by Dr. Dimble, who knows Miss Ironwood.
Oh, if you're from Dr. Dimble, that's another matter. Come in.
Goodbye, sir. Thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. And you, Lord Feverstone.
Goodbye, Mr. Without.
Well, when shall I know my fate? Have I got the job?
Hello, Guy. Can you spare a second?
And Mark is left alone in the corridors of Belbury, wondering what to do, attempting to look natural, and trying not to catch the eyes of strangers. At length he finds the dining room and goes in to lunch, sits at the long table among the strangers.
Quite unbelievable to me.
It makes no difference which way they set it.
Now, I've no objection to the IJP people taking over the whole thing if that's what the DD wants, but what I object to is one man...
It's a relief when people begin getting up from table. He follows the general move to a room where coffee is being served, and there, to his delight, he spots one of his Bracton colleagues, William Hingist.
Ah, this is an unexpected pleasure, Hingist.
Oh, it's you, Studdock. Didn't know they'd secured your services here.
I was sorry not to see you at the college meeting yesterday.
What's that? What were they talking about?
About the sale of Bragton Wood.
All nonsense.
I hope you will agree with the decision we came to.
It made no difference what decision you came to.
Oh?
The NIC would have had the wood in any case. They had powers to compel a sale.
What an extraordinary thing. I was given to understand they were going to Cambridge if we didn't sell.
There's nothing extraordinary in the fellows of Bracton talking all afternoon about an unreal issue. And there's nothing extraordinary in the fact that the NICE should wish to hand over to Bracton the odium of turning the heart of England into a cross between an abortive American hotel and a glorified gasworks. The only real puzzle is why the NICE should want that bit of land.
I suppose we shall find out as things go on.
Well, you may. I shan't. I've had enough of it. I'm leaving tonight. I don't know what you were doing at Bracton, but if it was any good, I'd advise you to go back and stick to it.
Really? Why do you say that?
Doesn't matter for an old fellow like me, but they could play the devil with you. What's your subject?
Sociology.
Oh.
At St. Anne's, the young woman leads Jane along a brick path beside a wall on which fruit trees grow, past a greenhouse, a barn, a stable, a pigsty, then a vegetable garden, then rose bushes, stiff and prickly in their winter garb. Odd thoughts of gardens spring to Jane's mind.
The garden in Peter Rabbit.
In the romance of the rose,
The garden in Alice.
they emerge from plantations of rhododendron and laurel and find themselves at a small door by a water butt in the long wall of a large house.
Are you Mr. Studdock?
Yes.
Oh, we've been expecting you.
Is Miss Ironwood in?
Yes. My name's Camilla. Camilla Denniston.
Hello.
One moment.
Yes.
She's come.
And Jane goes in to stand before Miss Ironwood, who sits,
A big woman,
unsmiling,
dressed all in black.
with her hands folded on her knees, just as Jane had seen her in her dream last night.
Sit down, young lady. Does your husband know you have come here?
No,
Your age, if you please.
23.
Right. What have you to tell me?
I've been having bad dreams and feeling depressed lately.
What were the dreams?
And as Jane speaks of Altasan and his cell, the man with the pince-nez, of the prisoner's terror, the horrible unscrewing of his head, of the old man with the red beard, the way he was dug up, she becomes fascinated by Miss Ironwood's hands. Immensely strong hands they seem, wrapping themselves around the pencil she holds. Jane sees the fingers tighten The knuckles grow white, the veins stand out on the backs of the hands, until at last, under the influence of some stifled emotion, they snap the pencil in two. But Miss Ironwood's wide grey eyes still look at her, with no change of expression.
Is there, do you think, anything very seriously wrong with me?
There is nothing wrong with you.
Oh, you mean it will go away?
I have no means of telling. I should say probably not.
Then can't anything be done about it? They were horrible dreams, horribly vivid, not like dreams at all.
I can quite understand that.
Well, it's surely not natural to have dreams like that.
I will begin by saying this. You are a more important person than you imagine. What was your maiden name?
Tudor.
Did you ever read a little book written by an ancestor of yours about the Battle of Worcester?
No, but I know of it.
Your ancestor gave a full, and on the whole, correct account of the battle, which he says he completed on the same day on which it was fought. But he was not at it. He was in York at the time. If he was speaking the truth, and we believe that he was, he dreamed it. Vision, the power of dreaming realities, is sometimes hereditary.
Can it be proved? We only have his word for it.
We have your dreams. My opinion is that you have seen real things in your dreams. You have seen Alcazan as he really sat in his condemned cell, and you have seen a visitor whom he really had.
But, oh, this is ridiculous. It was all impossible. He screwed off his head, I tell you. And they dug up the horrible old man. They made him come to life.
In my opinion, there are realities behind even those episodes.
I'm afraid I don't believe in that sort of thing.
Your upbringing makes it natural that you should not.
Can you then do nothing for me?
I can tell you the truth. I have tried to do so.
I mean, can you not stop it, cure it?
Vision is not a disease.
But I don't want it. I must stop it. I hate this sort of thing. Can't you recommend anyone?
If you go to an ordinary psychotherapist, he would proceed on the assumption that the dreams reflect your own subconscious. He would try to treat you. I do not know what would be the results of treatment based on that assumption. I am afraid they might be very serious, and it would certainly not remove the dream.
This is unbearable. Why should I be selected for this horrible thing?
The answer to that is known only to authorities much higher than myself.
Perhaps I'd better be going. But how can you know all this?
We know your dreams to be partly true because they fit in with information we already possess. It was because he saw their importance that Dr. Dimble sent you to us.
Do you mean to say he sent me here not to be cured, but to give information?
Exactly.
I wish I had known that a little earlier. I'm afraid there has been a misunderstanding. I had imagined Dr. Dimble was trying to help me.
He was, but he was trying to do something more important at the same time.
How exactly was I to be helped by this sort of thing?
Young lady, you do not at all realize the seriousness of this matter. The things you have seen concern something compared with which the happiness, or even the life, of you and me is of no importance. I must beg you to face the situation. You cannot get rid of your gift. You can try to suppress it, but you will fail, and you will be very badly frightened. On the other hand, you can put it at our disposal. If you do so, you will be much less frightened in the long run, and you will be helping to save the human race from a very great disaster. Or thirdly, you may tell someone else about it. If you do that, you will almost certainly fall into the hands of other people who are at least as anxious as we to make use of your faculty, and who will care no more about your life and happiness than about those of a fly. I would advise you, even for your own sake, to join our side.
You keep talking of we and us. Are you some kind of company?
Yes, you may call it a company.
I must go home now. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
At the same moment that Jane is stalking angrily from Miss Ironwood's office, Mark, still hovering uncertainly in an anteroom at Belbury, is approached by a huge hill of a man, fat to the degree that is comic on the stage, yet decidedly unfunny in real life.
Mr. Studdock,
Yes?
My name is Philostrato. I am very glad you have come to join us.
To tell you the truth, I'm not entirely sure that I have. I was brought here by Lord Feverstone, but I don't know why. I have a strong objection to being put in a false position.
Listen, my friend. The NICE is serious. The future of the human race depends on our work, our real work. You comprehend?
As long as I'm given something to do that is worth doing.
No, the work is more important than you understand. You will see. Feverstone and such as him, of no consequence. As long as you have the goodwill of the deputy director, you snap your fingers at it. There is one other. Do not have the fairy for your enemy.
The fairy?
Yes. Her they call the fairy. Oh, my God. A terrible Inglesaccia. She is the head of our police. Ecco, she come. I will present you. Miss Hardcastle, permit that I present to you Mr. Stoddock.
Hello, Sonny.
And a big woman in a black short-skirted uniform grasps Mark's hand in the grip of a stoker.
Sit down. We must have a chat.
A smudge of lipstick laid on, silent inattention to the shape of her mouth, is her only concession to fashion, and she rolls and chews a long black cheroot between her teeth. She sits in a chair close to Mark, flings her leg over one of the arms, and fixes him with a gaze of cold intimacy.
I'm glad I've met you, Sonny.
And by way of
Have I
getting to
some
know
things to
Mark,
tell you?
she regales him with a series of smoking room stories, of police reminiscences. Among other things, states her belief that
30% of our murder trials end with a hanging of an innocent man.
Good Lord.
I haven't always been a policewoman, Stoddock. I've been imprisoned myself. I know from both sides what a police force can and cannot do. And believe me, Sonny, there are very few things it can't. Especially now.
Really?
We're taking responsibility for most aspects of the Institute's day-to-day administration. Everything from vaccination to unnatural vice comes under us. As for crime, we've already popularized in the press the idea that the NICE should be allowed to experiment, to discover how far humane remedial treatment could be substituted for the old notion of retributive or vindictive punishment.
Well, that's very sensible.
You've got to get the ordinary man into the state in which he says sadism automatically when he hears the word punishment.
I don't quite follow.
You will. What has hampered every police force to date is this idea of deserved punishment. If you have punishment to fit the crime, you can do so much to the criminal and no more. But remedial treatment has no limit. It goes on till it's effected a cure, and we decide when that is. And if cure's desirable and humane, how much more prevention? Soon anyone who has ever been in the hands of the police at all will come under the control of the NICE. In the end, every citizen. And that's where you and I come in, Sonny. There's no distinction in the long run between police work and sociology. You and I have got to work hand in hand.
But you know, I'm not entirely sure I've been given a job here yet.
Oh, you're in all right, Sonny. And don't be too particular about what you've got to do. Wither doesn't like people who try to pin him down. There's no good saying you've come here to do this and you won't do that. Game's too fast for that sort of thing.
Now listen, mate, I'll make it easy for you, all right? You can stay in the house till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Look,
really?
This is just too dreadful.
Must be some mistake. No. The only mistake is you're still here.
But don't you realize this is our house?
No, it's not, lady. This house belonged to Bracton College. They've made it over to the NICE, and the NICE needs the sites.
Oh, Cecil, no! That's the beech tree.
Look, I can't believe the college burst was given permission for this without informing us.
It's nothing to do with me. I'm acting on instructions, and my instructions are to get on and get the whole site flattened. But like I say, I'm not going to rush you. Get out by 8 and I'll turn a blind eye if you're here overnight. Fair enough? Huh? It'll take us a while to drop them trees anyway.
Oh, Cecil!
dear.
Cecil!
Well, my dear, this is something it's impossible to fight. Look, Jane Stoddock will put you up for the night, I'm sure. I'll stay in my rooms in college.
Cecil, they're utterly conscienceless.
Oh, yes.
Have they finally roped you into it?
I rather believe they have, Hingist, yes.
Because if you thought the better of it, I'm about to motor back to Bracton. I could offer you a lift.
You haven't told me why you were leaving us yourself.
Oh, well, it all depends on what a man likes. If you enjoyed the society of that Italian eunuch, and the mad parson, and that Hardcastle girl...
I suppose it's hardly to be judged on purely social grounds.
I came here because I thought it had something to do with science. Now that I find it's a political conspiracy, I shall go home.
I can quite understand that it doesn't fit in with your work as it does with sciences like sociology.
There are no sciences like sociology. And if I found chemistry beginning to fit in with the secret police run by a middle-aged virago who doesn't wear corsets, and a scheme for taking away his farm and his shop and his children from every Englishman, I'd let chemistry go to the devil and take up gardening again.
Bill? Is it true you're going off by car shortly?
Yes, Miss Hardcastle, it is.
I was wondering if you could give me a lift.
I should be happy to do so if we are going in the same direction.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Edgestowe.
Will you be passing Brentstock?
No. I leave the bypass at the crossroads just beyond Lord Hollywood's front gate and go down what they used to call Potter's Lane.
Oh, damn, no good to me. May as well wait till the morning.
Right. I'm away.
I'll walk with you to your car.
Take my advice, Studdock, or at least think it over. I don't believe in sociology myself, but you've got quite a decent career ahead of you if you stay at Bracton. You'll do no good by getting mixed up with the NICE. And by God, you'll do nobody else any good either. Frost in the air. Feel it?
I suppose there are two views about anything.
There are a dozen views about everything until you know the answer. Then there's never more than one. That's no affair of mine. Good night.
Good night, Hingist.
And as Mark watches Hingist go, he's slightly startled to find at his elbow a thin man dressed in threadbare black with a frayed clerical collar.
Mr. Studdock.
Yes?
I am the Reverend Strake.
And by those few unremarkable words, Mark knows that here is the mad parson Hingist spoke of. Despite the frost, Strake leads Mark by the arm out into the garden.
Let me shut the window.
Oh, it's almost as if we'd lost the war. The whole town is in uproar. There's demolition and destruction everywhere you look. It's utterly frightening. When one sees this wholesale, callous wreckage going on, it makes one almost glad one doesn't have children. Have you never wanted children, Jane dear?
Oh, well, I don't say I'll never have them, but at the moment I feel I've already given up enough of myself just getting married. I've got my own life to live.
Well, it's so kind of you to put me up.
Oh, you must stay here as long as you like, Mrs. Timble. Mark will just have to sleep in college.
I feel at the moment that no fellow of Bracton ought to be allowed to sleep anywhere.
Until this night, for about 300 years, the common room at Bracton has been one of the quiet places of England. As the fellows sit over their wine and dessert, candlelight reflects in the dark Jacobean panelling, the silvers of many different periods. But on this night, there come such noises as have never been heard here before.
I must say, Dick, it's a little bit of a surprise just how wholesale this construction work out there is.
Well, you're not going to get rid of a wood without a little bit of disruption, can they?
They seem to be right outside the window.
Yes, they do, don't they?
I say, someone, what the devil are your friends outside doing?
Can't they work without shouting?
I'm afraid we have to put up with a certain amount of inconvenience.
Right, this isn't inconvenience, this is torture.
It's getting worse every minute. Oh, what's that? Murdering somebody. I'm going to see what's happening. Someone's ring up the police.
I shouldn't go out there if I were you. It sounds as if the police, or something's there already.
Do not imagine that our program will be carried out without violence, Mr. Studdock. There will be resistance, and we will face it with firmness. It is no part of our witness to preserve that organization of ordered sin which is called society.
That, Reverend Strake, is where your point of view and mine are incompatible. The preservation of society is precisely the end I have in view. The problem's quite different for you, because you look forward to something better than human society in some other world.
With every drop of my blood, I repudiate the damnable doctrine. The kingdom of God is to be realized here, in this world. And it will be. At the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not terribly up on theology.
Theology? It's not theology I'm talking about, young man, but the Lord Jesus. I know that he's coming in power. So, where we see power, we see the sign of his coming. I shall be used. We will all be used. There is no turning back once you have set your hand to the plough. No one goes out of the NICE.
Now, Potter's Lane.
Jane? Jane, dear? Are you dreaming?
Hello? What's it?
What? Who is it?
I saw your lantern. What's going on? Police, sir. Hello? What's up?
Would you mind just getting out of the car, sir, a moment?
What for?
We need to check your identity, sir.
Mine? Why?
If you wouldn't mind, sir, it won't take a moment.
There seems a lot of fuss. All right, that's better. Right, now get it! And again! That's it, let's go!
In episode 1 of That Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis, Jane was played by Catherine Hurlbert, Mark by Andrew Wincott, Feverston by Steve Hodson, and C.S. Lewis by Garrard Green. Curry was Philip Anthony, Busby, Edwin Richfield, Dr. Dimble, Graham Colclough, Mrs. Dimble, Tina Gray, Miss Ironwood, Daphne Rogers, and Camilla, Sean Lloyd Owen. Wither was played by Geoffrey Banks, Hingwest and Philostrato by Roger Hume, Miss Hardcastle by Judy Bridgeland, The Workman by Terry Malloy, and Strake by Robin Kyle. The music was composed and played by Vic Gammon. That Hideous Strength was dramatised by Stephen Mallatrat and directed at Pebble Mill by Nigel Bryant. And you can hear episode 2 at the same time next Friday afternoon.
C.S. Lewis. That Hideous Strength.
Mark Studdock, a young fellow of Bracton College, Edgestow, has been introduced by Lord Feverston to a prestigious new institute, the NICE, but cannot discover what job they expect him to do or why they're so determined to buy the site of Bracton College's ancient well. Meanwhile, Mark's wife Jane has been to consult the strange Miss Ironwood at the manor at St Anne's, for she's been troubled by dreams, firstly of an old man waking in a tomb, and then of a Frenchman in a condemned cell. On waking, Jane has seen this man's face in the morning paper in a report on the execution of a French scientist, Alcassan. And now, in a new dream, Jane sees Mark's colleague, William Hingist, being stopped in his car as he drives home from the NICE.
We need to check your identity, sir.
Mine? Why?
And then...
Right, get it!
That's it, let's go!
I believe most of us here at the NICE have already heard the very distressing piece of news which it is nevertheless my duty to communicate to you all. I refer to the death of Mr. William Hingist. The dreadful incident seems to have occurred in the early hours when he was found near his car on Potter's Lane this morning, with his head, unfortunately, beaten in. he had been dead several hours. I imagine it will be a melancholy pleasure to you all to know that the police of the National Institute for Coordinated Experiments were on the scene of the crime before 5. I would like to congratulate Miss Hardcastle over this fact and on the smooth interaction between her forces and those of the state. We had all very much regretted Mr. Hingest's decision to withdraw from the NICE. I suggest we all stand in silence for 1 minute as a token of respect for the memory of Mr. William Hingest.
And stand they do, for a world without end minute, in which odd creakings and breathings become audible, and behind the mask of each glazed and tight-lipped face, shy, irreverent thoughts of this and that come creeping out, as birds and mice creep out again in the clearing of a wood when the picnickers have gone. And everyone silently assures himself that he, at least, is not being morbid and not thinking about death.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Director.
Mr. Wither?
Mr.
It's about my position here, Mr. Wither.
Yes, Mr.
Studdock.
Mr. Studdock, yes. I am delighted to see you. All the more so because I am not quite at liberty at present.
I was just wondering about my job here. Do I have one, in fact?
The usual way of seeing me, Mr. Studdock, is to apply to my secretary and make an appointment.
Perhaps I should come back later.
Well, perhaps, in the circumstances.
Thank you, sir. I'll see your secretary.
Hello, Studdock.
Hello, Mr. Hardcastle.
Hanging around the DD's office?
I've decided that I must either get my position fixed once and for all, or else leave the Institute and go back to Bracton College.
Look, Sonny, drop all that. It isn't going to do you any good. Come and have a talk.
And the steady pressure of Fairy Hardcastle's grip compels Mark to go with her along the passage. She brings him to her offices, filled with what Mark has already learnt to call WAPES, the girls of the Women's Auxiliary Institutional Police. Little fluffy things, small and slight and full of giggles.
Morning, girls. Cocktails, Dolly.
Yes, Miss Hardcastle.
Don't go bothering the DD, Studdock. You've got him on your side at present, but you won't have if you keep going to him with complaints.
That might be good advice if I was committed to staying here, but I'm not. From what I've seen, I don't like the place. I've nearly made up my mind to go home.
You're not superstitious, are you? I am. I don't think it's lucky to leave the NICE.
But damn it all, look at it from my point of view.
You haven't yet realised what you're in on. You've a chance of something far bigger than a seat in the cabinet. And there are only 2 alternatives. To be in the NICE or out of it. And I know better than you which is going to be more fun.
But anything is better than being nominally in and having nothing to do. Give me a real place in a sociological department and I'll be...
Good girl, Dolly.
Oh, thanks very much.
That's my girl. Off you go now. The sociological department's going to be scrapped. The kind of sociology we're interested in will be done by my people, the police.
Then where do I come in?
I'll put you onto a bit of real work straight away.
What's that?
Alcazam. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
You mean the radiologist? The man who was guillotined?
He's to be rehabilitated. Gradually. I've got the facts in this dossier. You begin with a quiet little article, not questioning his guilt, but hinting that, of course, he was a member of their Quisling government, and there was prejudice against him. Then, in a day or 2, a different article. Popular account of the value of his work. Then a letter, indignant, to the paper that printed the first article. And going much further, the execution was a miscarriage of justice. By that time...
What on earth is the point of all this?
I'm telling you, Studdock. Alcazam is to be rehabilitated, made into a martyr, an irreparable loss to the human race.
But what for?
Oh, there you go again. You grumble about being given nothing to do, and as soon as I suggest a bit of real work, you expect to have the whole campaign told to you.
But I'm not a journalist.
But you can write. It's one of the things you're wanted for.
But I'm here under a misunderstanding. I've no notion of spending my life writing newspaper articles. And if I had, I'd want to know a good deal more about the NICE politics before I did.
It's strictly non-political.
Well, how is one to start a newspaper stunt without being political? Is it left-wing or right-wing papers that are going to print all this Alakazam rot?
Both, honey, both. Opposition to the NICE is represented as a leftist racket in the right-wing papers, and a right-wing racket in the left-wing papers. If it's properly done, you get each side outbidding the other in support of us, to refute the enemy slanders.
Well, this is all very interesting, but it has nothing to do with me. I don't want to become a journalist at all, and if I did, I should like to become an honest journalist.
Very well. All you'll do is help to ruin this country, and perhaps the whole human race. Besides dishing your own career.
I don't mean that I don't see your point. I was only wondering...
There's one thing I've got to say. If you do leave, and if it should ever enter your head to repeat any of this conversation in the outer world, take my advice and don't. It wouldn't be at all healthy for your future career.
Mark's appointment with the deputy director is made for the following morning. The rest of this day he passes miserably. He goes on short, unsatisfactory walks, exploring the grounds of Belbury, the ornamental pleasure gardens.
More like some municipal cemetery.
And at the back of the house he's surprised by a stable-like smell, and a medley of growls, grunts, and whimpers. All the signs, in fact, of...
a veritable zoo.
At first, he does not understand. Then he recalls that an immense
program of vivisection,
freed at last from red tape and niggling economy, is one of the plans of the NICE.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Wither. It's very good of you to see me. It's about my appointment here.
You are Mr. Staddock, I believe.
Yes. I called on you with Lord Feverstone a few days ago. You gave me to understand that you were offering me a position on the sociological side of the NICE. But what I really...
One moment, Mr. Staddock. You are no doubt aware that it would be most unfortunate to speak of my offering anyone a post in the Institute. You must not imagine that I hold any kind of autocratic position.
Then, sir, can you tell me whether anyone has offered me a post? And if so, whom?
Oh, there has never been the least question of that sort. It was always understood that your cooperation would be entirely acceptable, would be of the greatest value.
Well, I mean, oughtn't we to discuss details? The salary, for example?
Oh, my dear friend, I do not anticipate that there will be any difficulty about the financial side of the matter.
What would the salary be, sir?
Well, there you touch upon a point which it is hardly for me to decide. Perhaps 1,500 a year. But you'll find that all questions of that sort will adjust themselves with the greatest ease.
But when should I know, sir? I suppose there'd be a contract of some kind.
Mr. Staddock, that is not exactly the sort of procedure... I have here a form which has not, I believe, ever been actually used, but which was designed for agreements of that nature. You might care to study it at your leisure, and if you are satisfied, we could sign it at any time.
Right.
Ah, the post at last. Perhaps, Mr. Staddock, you will have letters of your own to attend to?
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Bracton College, Edgestowe, October 20th. My dear Mark, we were all sorry to hear from Feverstone
that you
are resigning your fellowship.
But feel quite certain that you've made the right decision as far as your own career is concerned.
Once the NICE is settled in here, I shall expect to see almost as much of you as before.
On reading Curry's words, a stab of fear runs through Mark. He tries to reassure himself.
An explanation of the misunderstanding,
which he must write and post immediately,
will be bound to put things right.
He sits down at a table and takes out his pen. Then another thought strikes him.
A letter to Curry,
saying plainly that he means to stay at Bracton,
will be shown to Feverston. Feverston will tell Wither.
Such a letter could be regarded as a refusal of any post with the NICE.
Oh, Guy, it's impossible.
I say, Feverston, how on earth did Curry get hold of the idea that I'm resigning my fellowship?
Well, aren't you?
I never had the faintest notion of doing.
Really? I was told quite distinctly by Miss Hardcastle that you weren't coming back.
You don't suppose I'd do it through her if I was going to resign?
Doesn't it make any odds, you know? If the NICE want you to have a nominal job somewhere outside Belbury, you'll have one. And if they don't, you won't, just like that.
Damn the NICE! I'm merely trying to retain the fellowship I already had.
Take my advice and get into Wither's good books again as soon as you can. I gave you a good start, but you seem to have rubbed him up the wrong way.
I'm writing to Curry to explain that it's all rot about my resignation.
Well, no harm, if it amuses you.
You will be sure to make it quite clear to him.
Me? Why me?
Well, damn it all, Feverson. It was you who first put the idea into his head.
Do you know, I find your style of conversation rather difficult. You will come up for re-election in a few months. The college may decide to re-elect you, or, of course, it may not. As far as I can make out, you are at present attempting to canvass my vote in advance. To which the proper answer is the one I now give. Go to hell.
You know perfectly well there was no doubt about my re-election until you spoke a word in Curry's ear.
You make me rather tired. If you don't know how to steer a course in a place like Bracton, why come and pester me? I am not a bloody nurse. And for your good, I would advise you to adopt a more agreeable manner than you are using now. Otherwise, your life may be, in the famous words, nasty, poor, brutish, and short.
Is that a threat? Do you mean my life at Bracton or at the NICE?
I shouldn't stress the distinction too much if I were you.
I shall remember that. It was you who brought me here. I thought you at least were my friend.
Ah, incurable romantic.
Hello there, Mrs. Stutter. Oh, do I... Oh, sorry. You're the lady who introduced me to, Miss Ironwood, aren't you? Camilla. Camilla. Yes, I'm sorry. This is my husband, Denniston James Stutter. Hello.
This is a stroke of luck. We were just coming to find you.
Were you? Can we give you a lift? Oh, well... Well, thank you. Yes, that would be kind. Anything to get out of this terrible racket.
Hop in.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I can hardly find my way around. Whole streets have been demolished.
And it's even more difficult in this fog.
Oh, yes, isn't it horrible? Don't you like fog? Does anyone?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do.
I think that's the real reason Camilla and I got married. We both like weather. Not this or that kind of weather, but just weather. It's a useful taste if one lives in England.
Where on earth have you brought me?
Yes. I'm sorry to abduct you like this, but we've something rather important to talk about. This is the wood above Sandham.
We want you to join us, Jane.
Join you?
Yes.
Let's begin at the beginning. Have you heard of the great Christian mystic, the Surah?
I think so.
Well, the Surah had reason to believe that a great danger was hanging over the human race. And just before the end, he became convinced that it would actually come to a head in this island.
Is he dead?
He disappeared. But before he did, he more or less handed over the problem to our chief at St. Anne's. He was to collect a company around him to watch for this danger and strike when it came.
Well, that's not quite right, either. He was told that a company would collect round him and that he was to be its head.
Quite. And the Surah said that when the time came, we should find what he called a seer, a person with second sight.
Not that we'd get to seer, that a seer would turn up. Yes. Either we or the other side would get him.
And it looks, Jane, as if you were the seer.
Oh, please, I don't want to be anything so exciting.
No, it's rough luck on you.
I gather from Grace Ironwood that you weren't quite convinced you were a seer. Is Is that still how you feel?
Oh, it's all so strange, and I've had another dream since then, and it turns out to have been true. I saw the murder. Mr. Hengist's murder.
Oh, Mrs. Studdock, you must join us. You will be our secret service, our eyes.
Oh.
It's all been arranged long before we were born. Do join us.
Come. Mrs. Studdock must come in freely. You forget she knows practically nothing about us. And that's the real difficulty. We can't tell you much until you've joined.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
To come and see our chief, first of all. And then, well, to join.
Oh.
It would involve making certain promises to him. You see, he really is our chief. We have all agreed to take his orders. Oh, there's one other thing. What would your husband have to say about it?
Mark, he'd probably think we're off our heads.
Would he object, though?
If he were at home, I suppose he'd be rather surprised if I announced I was going to stay at St. Anne's. Does joining you mean that?
Isn't Mark at home?
No, he's at Belbury. I think he's going to have a job in the NICE.
I don't think that joining us would mean, at the moment, coming to live in St. Anne's. Well, anyway, that's hardly the real point just now. Would he object to you joining? Putting yourself under the head's orders and making the promises and all
Would he
that?
object? What on earth would it have to do with him?
Well, the head, or the authorities he obeys, have rather old-fashioned notions. He wouldn't like a married woman to come in, if it could be avoided, without a husband's... well, without consulting...
Do you mean I'm to ask Mark's permission?
Arthur, perhaps we should leave this for a while. Let's go for a walk.
Good idea.
As she climbs from the car, Jane is looking at Mr. Denniston with real dislike. All this talk of promises and obedience has already repelled her, and she sees him and Mark and this preposterous leader at St. Anne's simply as...
Men. Complacent patriarchal figures making arrangements for women as if we were children, or bartering us like cattle.
She is really very angry. And so it is much to her credit that she at length manages...
I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't join your whatever it is, but I'll promise to let you know if I have any more dreams.
Splendid. May I ask for one more promise?
What's that?
Not to mention us to anyone.
Certainly.
Jane, do you know the story of Merlin being buried under Bracton Wood?
Yes, Dr. Dimble was talking about it. He's supposed to be awaiting resurrection or something, isn't he?
Well, we believe there's more truth in it than is generally supposed. We believe that he is buried there, and that his powers are going to be vital in the struggle.
Either we or the other side will find him. And whoever does will at least have the chance of winning his support.
It is very difficult to make any sense of any of this.
Of course it is. But, I hope the dreams won't worry you now, Jane. The less you think of them as your dreams, and the more you think of them as, well, as news, the better you'll feel about them.
Yes?
I've brought back the form, Mr. Wither.
What form?
The form of contract, sir.
But I have been given to understand that you have already refused the job, Mr. Studdock. I cannot in any event renew the offer. We could not harbour a person who appears to have quarrelled with all our members in the first week. I doubt if you are altogether suited to a learned career.
And so on, working Mark into such a state of dejection that when he eventually throws him, like a bone to a dog, the suggestion of...
a probationary appointment at $600 a year.
Thank you, sir.
Mark accepts.
You must make yourself useful, Mr. Studdock, generally useful. And if you do, then I won't despair of correcting on your behalf certain unfortunate impressions which your behaviour has already produced. Good morning, Mr. Studdock.
Mark reimburses himself for the humiliation of this interview by reflecting that...
if I weren't a married man, I wouldn't have borne it for a moment.
Thus the burden is thrown upon
Jane.
And he is free to think of all the things he would have said to Wither.
If I didn't have Jane to bother about.
Jane, meanwhile, as the town of Edgestow falls increasingly to destruction, finds herself troubled by a new, recurring dream.
Yes. It's extraordinary that I can sleep at all with all this going on. There's almost nothing left of Edgestow now, Camilla. Filth and destruction everywhere. Even the river's choked with mud and oil and dirt and garbage.
Yes, but your dream...
Oh, yes. Well, it happens whenever I close my eyes, Camilla. I seem to be lying in my own bed, and someone has drawn a chair up to my bedside and sat down to watch me. I say someone. It is, in fact, the man with a pince-nez that I saw in the cell with Alcazan.
Jane? Jane?
The pleasantest of the rewards which falls to Mark for his new obedience is admission to the NICE library. It is on the library hearthrug and between the hours of 10 and midnight that the important and confidential talks take place.
Here he is.
Very nice.
Now, how quickly can you write 2 leading articles, Mark?
Can you work all night?
I have done. What's it all about?
You are satisfied that the disturbance must go forward at once?
Oh, yes, that's the joke of it. You have done your work too well, Fairy.
We could not delay if we wish.
No.
What are we talking about?
The disturbances at Edgestow.
Oh. I haven't been following them very much. Are they becoming serious?
They're going to become very serious, Sonny. The real riot was timed for next week, but it's been going on too well, damn it.
Yes.
The balloon will have to go up tomorrow.
Quite.
I don't quite understand.
I don't think the penny's dropped. You surely didn't imagine the Fairy left the initiative with the natives.
You mean you create the disturbance?
Yes.
It's all fair and square. You can't put a few thousand imported workmen
Not the sort you enroll.
into a sleepy little hole like Edgestow without having trouble. There'd be trouble anyway. So as it's bound to come, there's no harm in seeing it comes at the right moment.
This is how things have to be managed.
It's always done, Staddock. And the real thing, the big riot, must take place within the next 24 hours. In the meantime, you and I have got to get busy on the account of the riot.
But what's it all for?
Emergency regulations. We will never get the powers we want at Edgestow until the government declares a state of emergency.
And the stuff must be ready to appear in the papers immediately after the riot. That means it must be ready by 6 tomorrow at latest.
But how are we to write it tonight if the thing doesn't even happen till tomorrow?
You'll never manage publicity thinking like that.
Come on, Sonny. We've got to get on with it. We'll get them to bring us deviled bones and coffee at 2.
While Mark works through the night, whiskey at his elbow and the printer's devil at the door, Jane stretches out her hand in darkness, but does not feel the table which should be there at her bedside. Then, with a shock, she finds she is not in bed at all, but standing in utter darkness and intense cold. Groping, she touches stone. The air has some odd quality about it.
Dead air. Imprisoned air.
She gropes along a rough wall, and turning a corner, she strikes her foot against something hard, a sort of raised platform or table of stone. And on it, does she dare feel a foot, a naked human foot, dead to judge from its coldness. She knows now she is in a dream.
It is a piece of news. It'll stop presently. There is nothing to be frightened of.
The man on the slab is huge,
Bold.
with an enormous beard. And suddenly, she has an impression of someone also bearded.
But divinely young.
Someone golden and strong and warm, coming with a mighty, earth-shaking tread into that black place.
What is happening at Edgestow? Do you believe this riot arose simply because Mr. Smith or Mrs. Jones found their landlords had sold their shop or allotment to the NICE? Mr. Smith and Mrs. Jones know better. They know that the Institute means more trade in Edgestow, more public amenities, a burst of undreamed-of prosperity. And they also know these disturbances have been engineered.
That's good, Sonny. That's very good.
Somewhere there are traitors. They may be religious people. They may be financial interests. They may be Jews. They may be lawyers. It doesn't matter who they are, that there's something they need to hear. The people of England are not going to stand this. They are not going to have their institute sabotaged. What should be done? In our opinion, it's obvious. Put the whole of Edgestowe under the institutional police.
Good!
Last night they showed what they could do. And the first thing we must do is thank God for Miss Hardcastle and her brave boys. Yes, and her brave girls too. Give them a free hand and let them cut out the red tape. The NICE is the boxing glove on democracy's fist. And if anyone doesn't like the fact, he'd best get out of the way. Meanwhile, watch Edgestowe.
That's excellent. Well done, Sonny. You've got the hang of it already.
Thanks.
That's the left paper sorted out. Now for the right.
Oh, I think that'll be easier.
Good man. You've got the authentic voice there. Of course, there's no question they'll be printed. We control both papers. But it's best if these things sound right.
Absolutely.
Now then, let's get these delivered.
After breakfast, Jane walks immediately to Edgestowe. At the top of Market Street, something happens which determines her to go to St. Anne's that very day and by the very next train. For she comes to a place where a big car stands at the curb, an NICE car. And as she's passing, a man comes out of a shop, cuts across her path to speak to the chauffeur, and climbs in. She would know him anywhere.
The pointed beard. The pince nez.
The face which somehow reminds her of a waxworks. She turns instantly to the station.
Come in, Jane. Please sit down.
Take this chair.
Oh, thank you. Have you told Miss Ironwood?
Yes, Camilla has told me about your dream. A man with a pointed beard sitting making notes in your bedroom.
Yes.
Perhaps I ought to tell you that he wasn't really there. At least our director doesn't think it possible. But he was really studying you. He was getting information about you from some other source, which was not visible to you in the dream.
Will you tell us what else you've seen?
And Jane tells them about her dream of the corpse, if it was a corpse, in the dark place.
So we were right about Bragton Wood. Well, it certainly seemed the sort of place where Merlin might be buried.
But in that case...
Excuse me. We must not discuss the matter here. Mrs. Studdock has not yet joined us.
Am I to be told nothing?
It would not be wise at the moment. But look at this. Do you recognise that person?
Yes. This is the man I dreamed I saw in the cell with Alcazan. And I saw him in Edgestowe this morning.
Augustus Frost.
Who's he?
Are you prepared to see the director now?
Well, yes, if you like.
Arthur, you had better go and tell him what we've just heard and find out if he's well enough to meet Mrs. Studdock.
Right.
Meanwhile, I would like a word with her alone. I have little doubt that the director will see you, and there are certain things you ought to know before he does. He will appear to you, Mrs. Studdock, to be a very young man, younger than yourself. That is not the case. Mr. Fisher-King is nearer 50 than 40. He is a man of very great experience, who has travelled where no other human being has travelled before, and mixed in societies of which you and I have no conception.
That is very interesting.
And he is often in great pain. If you will now come with me, I will show you to the blue room.
Miss Ironwood leads Jane up a fine Georgian staircase. The house is warm and very silent. On the first floor they find Camilla waiting for them.
He will see her.
And as Miss Ironwood raises her hand to knock on the door, Jane thinks to herself,
Be careful. Don't get let in for anything. All these long passages and low voices will make a fool of you if you don't look out. You'll become another of this man's female adorers.
Next moment she finds herself going in. It is light.
It seems all windows.
And it is warm. A fire blazes, and blue is the prevailing colour. She is annoyed to see that Miss Ironwood is curtsying.
This is the young lady, sir.
Jane looks, and instantly her world is unmade. On a sofa before her, with one foot bandaged as if he had a wound, lies what appears to be
A boy, 20 years old.
The light of the fire and the light of the sun contend on the ceiling, but all the light in the room seems to run to the gold hair and the gold beard of this wounded man. But how could Jane have thought him young or old either? It comes to her with a sensation of quick fear that
His face is of no age at all.
Thank you, Grace. You must forgive me for not getting up, Mrs. Studdock. My foot is hurt.
Yes, sir. Do you wish me to remain, sir?
No, Grace. I don't think you need stay. Thank you. Mrs. Studdock, you have already done us the greatest service. We have known that one of the most dangerous attacks ever made upon the human race is coming very soon. We had an idea that the NICE might be connected with it, but we were not certain. That is why your information is so valuable. But in another way, it presents us with a difficulty as far as you are concerned. We had hoped you would be able to join us.
Can I not, sir?
It is difficult. You see, your husband is in the NICE.
And it's on the tip of Jane's tongue to say.
Do you mean Mark is in any danger?
But she realizes that anxiety about Mark does not, in fact, make up any part of the complex emotions she's feeling, and that to reply thus would be hypocrisy. It is a sort of scruple she has not often felt before. Instead, she says,
I must do what I think is right, mustn't I? I mean, if my husband is in the wrong side, I can't let that make any difference to what I do, can I?
You are thinking about what is right. Of course, things might come to such a point that you would be justified in coming here, even wholly against his will. It depends on how close the danger is. The danger to us all, and to you personally.
But will it do anyone any harm if I come here?
It looks as if you will have to go back, at least for the present. You will no doubt be seeing your husband again fairly soon. I think you must make at least one effort to detach him from the NICE.
But he never takes any notice of what I say. He wouldn't believe all that about an attack on the human race.
No. And you must not tell him. You must simply ask him to leave the NICE.
Don't send me back. I'm all alone at home with terrible dreams. Mark wouldn't care whether I come here or not. I'm so unhappy. Do you think a woman is to have no life of her own just because she's married?
Are you unhappy now?
No.
And for a little time, Jane is hardly conscious of anything but peace and well-being. But soon she thinks,
this is the end. In a few moments he will send for the Ironwood woman to take me away. But does it make no difference what my marriage is actually like? Whether I actually love my husband? But I suppose you will say I shouldn't have told you that.
My dear child, you have been telling me that ever since your husband was mentioned.
Does it make no difference?
I suppose it would depend on how he lost your love.
It was not his fault. I suppose our marriage was just a mistake. What do you say about a case like that?
I would say that you have failed in obedience.
Obedience? To Mark?
To marriage. I would say that you do not fail in obedience through lack of love, but have lost love because you never attempted obedience.
I thought love meant equality and free companionship.
Ah, equality. Yes. We must all be guarded by equal rights from one another's greed, because we are fallen.
I always thought equality was the deepest thing, because in our souls we are all equal.
You are mistaken. That is the last place where we are equal.
But surely in marriage...
No. What has equality and companionship to do with marriage? Those who are enjoying something or suffering something together They are companions. Those who enjoy or suffer each other are not. But, my dear, it is not your fault. They have never warned you. No one has ever told you that obedience in marriage, humility, is an erotic necessity for both of you. Go to your husband and speak to him. In the meantime, I will speak to my authorities.
When will you be seeing them?
Oh, they come to me when they please.
And so Jane takes the train back to Edgestone. But it is a new Jane that does so, a Jane that relishes the sights through the window, the outlined beams of sunlight pouring over stubble onto the burnished woods, a Jane that delights in the conversation of the wizened old man who shares her compartment, a Jane who reflects with surprise that...
It's years since music has played any part in my life.
and who resolves to listen to many chorales by Bach on the gramophone this evening.
And I shan't get a bus from the station. I shall enjoy the walk.
What's going on? Let me off, please, please!
Get back on the train, quick, love! Look, get out of the way, then!
What is happening?
Out of the way!
All night Jane tries to get home, but is forced out of her way by a tide of humanity, looting, starting bonfires, surging in great packs along the narrow streets. Then, bruised, tired, and frightened to death, she sees Bone Lane, straight and still and empty.
My last chance to get home.
But she has reckoned without the Women's Auxiliary Institutional Police.
You can't go down there, miss. Oh, all right.
Where are you going? Stop her!
Jane Stubbock. I know all about you, honey. You're the wife of my friend, Mark.
Where is he?
It's all right. You'll be able to see hubby again now. We'll take you out to Belbury tonight. Now, just one question. What were you doing here at this time of night?
I'd just come off a train.
And where had you been, honey? You hadn't been getting up to mischief while hubby was away, had you?
Will you please let me go? I want to get home.
You're not going home. You're coming out to Belbury.
My husband has said nothing about me joining him.
That was one of his mistakes. You're coming with us.
What do you mean?
It's an arrest, honey.
Quick, what's happening?
What a naughty temper. Hold her tightly, girls. Kitty, get her under the shoulder there. That's right. Where had you been by that train? Kitty, Dolly, bring her here. Do you know, you're rather a pretty little thing in your way. Undo her top, Dolly. Where had you been by that train? Where had you been by that train?
How many times Fairy Hardcastle places the lighted end of her cheroot on Jane's shoulder, Jane is unsure. But somehow there comes a time when Miss Hardcastle is talking not to Jane, but to one of her women.
It's 1:05.
What?
I was saying, Mum, it's 1:05.
How time flies. What if it is?
Well, you said you wanted to be back at Belbury by 1 sharp.
Blockheads! Why didn't you remind me before? Look sharp. Get the prisoner into the car, now. Don't button her dress. Don't go through the town, Joe. Go on to the asylum and down those streets back of the close.
Very well.
What the hell are you stopping for?
I don't know, Ma'am. I think we're in trouble.
God, can't you even look after a car? Some of you people want a little remedial treatment yourselves.
Well, come and mend the bloody car yourself if you're so clever.
We're going to have to foot it. Out we get. Keep hold of the prisoner, you will. Any give you no way.
No, Mum. I'm a stranger here.
Well, lot you are. Well, we'll try up this alley.
It's dead end, Mum.
This is what I call a night out. Let's try this door. Open up, police.
They must be in there. There's a light on.
If you don't open up, we'll break the door down. They've caught Joe. Damn, he's sending them up here. We'll have to separate.
What about him, Mum?
You'll have to leave her, damn it. Quick, keep your heads and don't shoot whatever you do.
Are you hurt?
No, not much. I don't know.
Boy, they've given you a rough time, haven't they?
I don't know.
You're not safe out here. When it's clear, we'll run you home. Where do you live?
The manor. St. Anne's.
Come on, you come quick.
I am the last person, Miss Hardcastle, to wish to interfere with your private pleasures. But really...
It was well worth trying. If I'd got out of her where she'd been, it might have been the enemy headquarters.
It was hardly a suitable occasion.
We haven't time to waste. You tell me Frost is already complaining that the woman's mind is less accessible, which means she's probably being influenced by the other side. We've got to get the girl.
But not by an arrest. If a mere arrest could have secured the collaboration of Mrs. Staddock, we should hardly have embarrassed ourselves with the presence of her husband. And your conduct after the arrest is, I'm afraid, open to serious criticism.
Oh, I didn't know the bloody car was going to break down, did I?
There have been complaints regarding your tendency to allow a certain emotional excitement in the remedial side of your work to distract you from the demands of policy.
You won't find anyone can do a job like mine well unless they get some kick out of it.
Be that as it may, the head wishes you to report to him now.
The head? What for? I've been on my feet the whole bloody night. I might be allowed a bath and some breakfast.
The path of duty can never be an easy one.
Well, if I'm going in there, I've got to have a drink.
Oh.
Oh, come on with her, I must.
You don't think he'll smell it?
Well, I'm not going in there without it anyway.
The head expects you for some time.
Is it in a bad temper?
My dear lady, I don't think that is quite the way in which one should speak of our head.
You are to come at once.
Half a moment.
What is it? Be quick, please.
I'm going to be sick.
Jane? Jane?
Shh. It's all right. It's all right.
How are you feeling now? Oh, a little better, thank you. Miss Ironwood says you can get up this afternoon, but in the meantime you should take a quiet day. Would you like something to read?
Oh, yes, please.
I'll bring you a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll run the bath for you. I'll have to get Mr. Bultitude out of the bathroom first. He's so lazy he goes and sits in there all day when it's cold weather.
Oh, thank you.
As soon as Camilla has gone, however, Jane decides to get up. She feels that her social abilities are quite equal to dealing with the eccentric Mr. Bultitude.
And I don't want to waste any more time in bed.
Accordingly, she puts on her coat, takes her towel, and proceeds to investigate the bathroom.
I'm sorry. I should have warned you. That is Mr. Bultitude.
And that caused Jane's heart to miss a beat and her face to turn quite white, is a great, snuffly, wheezy, beady-eyed, loose-skinned, gore-bellied, brown bear, sitting by the open door of the airing cupboard.
You needn't worry, he's absolutely safe. Come on, Mr. Bultitude, you lazy thing. Out with him. Perfectly safe, but rather difficult to shift, as you can see. Go on, out into the garden with you on a lovely day like this. Now then, Jane, how do you like your bath?
Ah, Mr. Staddock.
Oh, yes, sir.
I do most sincerely hope that there is no truth in the rumour that has reached me that your, Mrs. Staddock is suffering from some nervous disorder.
What?
Because it occurs to me, in view of the great pressure of work which rests on you at present, that in your case the Institute might be induced
that we should all be delighted to welcome Mrs. Staddock here.
Until the deputy director said this, Mark had not realized that there is nothing he would dislike so much as having
Jane at Belbury. There's so many things she wouldn't understand. Jane in the middle of Belbury.
Would turn the whole place into one vast vulgarity, flashy and furtive.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr. Wither. Thank you. But I don't think... I don't think she'd... Well, thank you in any case.
Excuse me. Oh, Jane, dear.
Jane, come in and sit by the fire.
We're not expecting you to do any work today. This is Mr. McPhee, who should really be trenching celery and shouldn't be in the kitchen at all. But as he is, I suppose he should be introduced.
Oh, how do you do?
I am very glad to see you, Mrs. Staddock.
Oh, don't believe a word he says, Jane. He's your prime enemy in this house. He doesn't believe in your dreams.
Mrs. Dimple, I have repeatedly explained to you the difference between a personal feeling of confidence and a logical satisfaction of the claims of evidence. The one is a psychological event.
And the other a perpetual nuisance.
Never heed them, Mrs. Staddock. The fact that no proof exists to confirm that your dreams are veridical has no connection with my personal attitude.
Of course, you have a right to your opinions.
Mrs. Staddock, I have no opinions on any subject in the world. I state the facts and exhibit the implications. If everyone indulged in your opinions, there'd be less silly talking and printing in the world.
Well, I know who talks most in this house. What are you waiting for, anyway?
I was wondering whether you had a cup of tea saved up for me.
You torn it, Staddock.
What's the matter?
I can't make out what's the matter with you. Have you made up your mind to annoy the old man? Because it's a dangerous game, you know.
What on earth are you talking about?
Well, didn't he say something about bringing your wife here?
Yes? What about it?
And what did you say?
Well, I said not to bother, and thanked him very
Well, you
much.
might have known he'd be offended. Since he's hurt, which means somebody else soon will be. Why the hell couldn't you have your wife here?
Isn't that my own business?
You're not very polite to little wifey, Staddock. And they tell me she's a damn pretty girl.
The beech trees in the grounds, yes? I have just given orders for them to be cut down.
Why, Professor? I'm rather fond of trees.
Oh, yes. The pretty trees, the garden trees. The forest tree is a weed. But I tell you, I have seen the civilized tree in Persia. It was made of metal.
Metal?
So natural, it would even deceive.
I wonder what the birds would make of it.
I would not have any birds. No feathers, no nests, no eggs, no dirt.
It sounds like you mean no life.
No, simple hygiene. Listen, my friend, if you pick up something rotten and you find this organic life crawling over it, do you not say, "Oh, the horrid thing, it is alive," and then drop it? Is this not why you English have invented the daily bath? It is to rid yourself of organisms, yes?
Ah, but we are organisms ourselves.
But that is the point. In us, organic life has produced mind. It has done its work. Now we should get rid of it. Slowly, we learn how. Learn to make our brains live with less and less body. Learn to build our bodies directly with chemicals. No longer to have to stuff them full of dead brutes and weeds. Oh, the beef was delicious, eh? Let us now have coffee. Now, my young friend, I am very sorry to hear of this new trouble between you and the deputy director. If he invite you to bring your wife here, why do you not bring her?
I never knew he attached so much importance to it. I thought he was merely being polite.
Well, it is of no importance in itself. But I have a reason to believe it came not from Wither, but from the head himself.
The head?
The head thinks that you cannot really be one of us if you will not bring your wife here. He will have all of you, and all that is yours, or else nothing. You must bring the woman in too. She must also be one of us.
Well...
Come, look out the window. Look at the moon. There is a world for you, no? There is cleanness, purity. No grass, no lichens, no nothing. Not even air.
Yes, a dead world.
No, there is a life there.
Do we know that?
Oh, see? Intelligent life under the surface. A great race further advanced than we. An inspiration.
How do we know all this?
I speak that you may know what can be done, what shall be done here. This institute is to bring out of that cocoon of organic life which sheltered the babyhood of mind the new man. The man who will not die. The artificial man, free from nature.
And do you think that someday we shall really find a means of keeping the brain alive without a body?
We have already begun. The head himself has already survived death, and he shall speak to you this night.
Is the young man ready?
Oh, yes, Reverend Strake. You are ready, are you not, Mr. Stoddard?
You have explained it to him, then. The head has sent for you. Do you understand? The head. You will look upon one who was killed and is still alive.
What the devil are you talking about?
Reverend Strake is quite right. Our head is the first of the new men. And a word in your ear, my friend. You will obey his orders.
But who is it?
It is Francois Alcazan.
He was guillotined.
See?
Yes.
You will come.
Yes. Yes. Of course I'll come.
It is the worst dream Jane has yet had. She sees...
Mark.
She sees...
Great fat man.
And another.
Lank and bony.
And Mark is escorted down passages that are strange to him.
Passage after passage.
White-glossed wall. And then into a place where all the lights are on. And there are...
Strange smells.
We have brought him.
He is ready.
Come.
Jane sees Mark enter a surgical-looking room with glaring lights.
And sinks and bottles.
And glittering instruments.
Strip to your underclothes.
A young man in a white coat gives them white clothes to put on, which he plucks from a glass container with a pair of forceps.
Turn on the chamber air. Not much. 0.03. Slowly. To full. Now the light. Now air in the log. A little less of the solution. And now, are you ready to go in?
No.
Yes.
And Jane, in the darkness, cannot make out what she is seeing. But then into focus comes...
A face.
Floating just in front of her. There is a beard and nose and eyes. And there seems at first to be nothing above the eyes. But now, as she gets used to the light, she sees a sort of...
Turban.
But it is a turban of brains. The top part of the skull has been removed. The brains bulge out. She sees it twitch.
Kill it! Put it out of its pain!
The mouth is wide open and quite dry. And she sees now it is not floating, but fixed up on a bracket. Things hang from it.
Entrails.
She thinks.
No tubes.
Little rubber tubes.
Yes.
They lead into the wall.
Yes.
And then, from its mouth, a puff of air. It licks its lips, working its mouth.
Oh, Mr. Stoddard, bow to the head.
And now the saliva dribbles into its beard. Its mouth opens wide.
In episode 2 of that Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis, Jane was played by Catherine Hulbert, Mark by Andrew Wincott, Feverston and Fisher King by Steve Hodson, Wither and McPhee by Geoffrey Banks, and C.S. Lewis by Gerard Green. Miss Hardcastle was Judy Bridgeland, Dolly, Tanis Eisen, Philostrato, Roger Hume, Strake, Robin Kyle, and Alcasan, Terry Malloy. Curry was Philip Anthony, Camilla, Sian Lloyd Owen, Arthur, Andy Hockley, Miss Arnwood, Daphne Roger, and Mrs. Dimble, Tina Gray. The music was composed and played by Vic Gammon. That Hideous Strength was dramatised by Stephen Mallatrat and directed at Pebble Mill by Nigel Bryant. You can hear episode 3 at the same time next week.
Why is the prestigious new institute, the NICE, so determined to buy Bragdon Wood, the legendary burial place of Merlin? And why are they so anxious that their young recruit, Mark Studdock, should bring his wife, Jane, to their headquarters at Belbury? Jane, unbeknown to Mark, has been arrested and tortured by Miss Hardcastle, the NICE's chief of police, but has escaped to the manor at St. Anne's. Here, the director, Mr. Fisher King, is as eager as the NICE for details of Jane's dreams, for they have a habit of coming true. He's particularly intrigued by her dreams of an old man lying in an underground chamber. But even more alarming for Jane is her vision of Mark himself being led before the NICE's head. And he really is a head on a bracket fed by rubber tubes.
And now the saliva dribbles into its beard, its mouth opens wide.
It was the most horrible thing. The mouth began to dribble.
Please continue.
Well, I know it sounds silly, but in a way I felt sorry for it, because it had no hands and couldn't wipe its mouth. And it dribbled into its beard, which was all stiff and dead-looking. And I saw Mark was going to fall, and I wanted to shout out to the other two. Well, of course I couldn't for my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Mark was sick, too. Then they got him out of the room, and I think I woke up then.
Well, it becomes plainer and plainer. I'm afraid this is very bad for you, my dear. And worse for him.
You mean for Mark, sir?
Yes. Don't think hardly of him. He is suffering.
Oh.
If we are defeated, we shall all go down with him. If we win, we will rescue him. He cannot be far gone yet.
Oh.
We shall hold a council this evening, and you must not misunderstand it if I exclude you.
Of course not, sir.
You see, McPhee takes the line that if you hear things talked of, you will carry ideas of them into your sleep, and that will destroy the evidential value of your dreams. And it's not very easy to refute him. He is our skeptic, a very important office.
I quite understand.
But I do want you to like him, if you can. He is one of my oldest friends. And he'll be about our best man if we are going to be defeated. You couldn't have a better man at your side in a losing battle. What he'll do if we win, I can't imagine.
Mark wakes next morning to the consciousness that his head aches all over, and that he must do something about Jane.
I have to bring her to Belbury. I have to get her to save my life.
They will kill him if he annoys them. Perhaps behead him.
Oh, God. If only they would kill that monstrous little lump of torture.
He must get Jane. He's not fighting against that now. He drinks several cups of black coffee and takes out pen and paper.
Why do they want her? Jane, of all people. Will they take her to the head?
For almost the first time, a glimmer of something like disinterested love comes into his mind.
I wish I'd never married her. Never dragged her into this whole outfit of horrors.
Hello, Stoddard. Writing to little wifey, eh?
You've made me drop my pen.
Pick it up, Sonny. I've got bad news for you.
What is it?
I'm worried about little Whitey.
What do you mean?
I looked her up, on your account. I thought Edgestowe wasn't too healthy a place for her at present.
What's wrong with her?
You don't want everyone to hear. How much do you know about her family, Studdock?
What's that got to do with it?
Nothing queer on either side?
What the devil do you mean?
Honey, I'm doing all I can for you. She was behaving pretty oddly when I saw her.
What are you talking about?
Take my advice, Studdock, and have her over here at once. She'll be properly looked after.
But you haven't told me why.
Well, I wouldn't like anyone belonging to me to be popped into Edgestowe Asylum. Remember what I said about experimentation? Just sign this form, and I'll run over after lunch and have her here by evening.
I'll do nothing of the sort.
She kept on talking about someone who'd burned her with cigars. Well, then she noticed my cheroot, and if you please, she identified me as this imaginary persecutor.
I must go home at once.
Well, you can't do that.
I've bloody well got to if this is true.
Don't be a fool. You're in a damn dangerous position. You'll be finished if you're absent now. Send me, sign the form.
But you've just said she thinks you burned her.
Makes no odds. Of course, it would be easier if she didn't. You don't suppose she's jealous, do you?
Of you?
Where are you off to?
To the DD and then home.
Stop, Studdock. You can't afford more enemies.
Well, go to the devil.
Studdock, don't be a bloody fool!
But Mark is already in the hall. For the moment, everything has become clear.
I'm going to see Wither.
Not to ask for leave, but to announce that he has to go home as his wife is dangerously ill.
I'll be out of the room before Wither can reply. Excuse me, sir. Might I speak with you a few minutes? Excuse me, sir.
Wither sits, his back to Mark, motionless.
Mr. Wither?
But Wither neither speaks nor moves.
Oh.
And for just one moment, Mark thinks he's looking into the face of a corpse. But the eyes are open.
I beg your pardon, sir.
The deputy director is not listening. He is so far from listening that Mark has a moment's insane doubt as to whether he is there at all. The room is still and cold. It is impossible to speak to a face like that.
I know who it is. Your name is Studdock. What do you mean by coming here? Go away.
Only two things matter. First, to get away from Belbury. Second, to get back to Jane, from whose body comfort and fortitude will flow, whose very skin will clean away all the filth that seems to hang about him. He is out of the grounds now. He's crossing the road. He is entering a belt of trees.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Something impossible is happening. There is a figure before him on the path. A tall, stooping figure, humming a little tune. The deputy director himself. So Mark turns. He stands in the road. Then, so tired that he feels his legs will hardly carry him, he walks very slowly back into Belbury.
I should premise at the outset, Mrs. Studdock, that I have known our director, Mr. Fisher King, for a great many years, and that for most of his life he was a philologist. Oh. His original name was Ransom.
Ransom's dialect and semantics.
Aye, that's the man.
Oh.
Well, about 6 years ago came his first disappearance. He was clean gone, not a trace of him, for about 9 months. I thought he'd most likely been drowned, bathing or something of the kind. And then one day, what does he do but turn up at his rooms in Cambridge and go down sick and into hospital for 3 months more. And he wouldn't say where he'd been, except privately, to a few friends.
Well?
Do you take snuff, do you?
No, thank you, Mr. McPhee.
Well, you won't mind if I do. He said he'd been to the planet Mars.
You mean he said this while he was ill?
No, he says so still. Make what you can of it, that's a story.
Then I believe it.
By his accounts, there are all kinds of creatures walking about on Mars. And he says that he met one kind of creature which specially concerns us at this moment. He calls them Eldils.
A kind of animal, you mean?
Did you ever try to define the word animal, Mrs. Studdock?
I mean, were they intelligent? Could they talk?
Aye, they could talk. They were intelligent, forby, which is not always the same thing.
Were they Martians?
That's just what they weren't, according to his account. He says they're creatures that live in empty space.
But there's no air.
He says they don't breathe. He says also that they don't reproduce their species and they don't die. So much for his first disappearance. Then came the second. He was away for more than a year, and that time he said he'd been to the planet Venus. Taken there by these Eldians.
Oh, Venus is inhabited by them too.
You'll forgive me observing this remark shows you have not grasped what I'm telling you.
Oh.
These creatures are not planetary creatures at all. Supposing them to exist, you're to conceive them floating about the depth of space. Though there be a light on a planet here and there, like a bird alighting on a tree.
They are, I take it, more or less friendly.
That is certainly the director's idea about them, with one important exception.
What's that?
The Eldils that have for many centuries concentrated on our own planet. We seem to have had no luck at all accusing our complemented parasites. The long and short of it is that this house is dominated either by the creatures I'm talking about or by sheer delusion. It is by advice he thinks he has received from Eldils that the director has discovered the conspiracy against the human race. And what's more, it's on instructions from Eldils that he's conducting the campaign, if you can call it conducting. It may have occurred to you to wonder, Mrs. Studdock, how any man in his senses thinks we're going to defeat a powerful conspiracy by sitting here growing winter vegetables and training performing bears. Tis a question I have propounded on more than one occasion. The answer is always the same. We're waiting for orders.
From the Eldils? So it's them he meant when he spoke of his masters?
I don't doubt it would be.
But I don't understand. I thought you said the ones on our planet were hostile.
Yes. But it's not our own ones that the director claims to be in communication with. It's his friends from outer space. You are to imagine us, Mrs. Studdock, living on a world where the criminal classes of the Eldils have established their headquarters. And what's happening now, if the director's views are correct, is that their own respectable kith and kin are visiting this planet to sort things out.
Do you mean that the other Eldils out of space actually come here, to this house?
That is what the director thinks.
Have you seen them?
I have seen a good many things in my time.
Isn't seeing believing?
Mrs. Studdock, if anything wants Andrew McPhee to believe in its existence, I'll be obliged if it'll present itself in full daylight with a sufficient number of witnesses present, and not get shy if I hold up a camera or thermometer. Come in.
Have you finished with Jane, Mr. McPhee?
Huh?
She said she wanted a breath of air.
Oh, I don't doubt they're doing something more to the purpose on the enemy's side.
All day the wind has been rising, and Jane and Camilla find themselves looking out on a sky swept almost clean. The air is intensely cold, the stars severe and bright. High above the last rags of scurrying cloud hangs the moon in all her wildness, the huntress, the untamable virgin, the spearhead of madness. And as she looks, the wildness creeps into Jane's blood.
I believe it. I believe it all.
Oh, God.
But how do you explain the director's age?
You mean his looking or being so young?
Yes.
That is what people are like who come back from the stars. Paradise is still going on there. He'll never grow a year or a month older again.
Will he die?
He will be taken away, I believe. Back into deep heaven.
Oh.
It has happened to one or two people since the world began.
Camilla?
Yes?
What is he?
He's a man, my dear. And he is the Pendragon of Logra. This house, all of us here in Mr. Bultitude, are all that is left of the ancient kingdom of Logra. All the rest has become merely Britain.
How sad. To think that in King Arthur's time, Logra was Britain.
Oh, no. Britain has always been here, Jane. In a sense, it has to be. But it's true that in Arthur's time, Logra did hold sway over the darker British side.
And Merlin? If it's true about him being buried under Bragdon Wood, is he part of Britain or of Logra?
Well, that is the question. Well, what seems certain is that the NIC know of something there and are desperate to find it. Whether because it's on their side and they can use it, or because it's on ours and they want to destroy it, we don't know. All we know is it's vital, one way or another. How it's blowing. The powers might come to the director tonight.
You don't think they could really have a thing like that? What do you think, Mr. McPhee?
Aye, it's possible. It's an old experiment with animals' heads. You can keep the head going for a bit if you supply it with blood at the right pressure.
Do you mean keep it alive?
Well, alive is an ambiguous word. You can keep all the functions, but a human head with consciousness. I don't know what would happen if you tried that.
It has been tried.
Where?
A German tried it before the First War with the head of a criminal.
But is that a fact?
Do you know what result he got? It failed. The head simply decayed in the ordinary way.
Then this filthy abomination is real, not a dream.
Dr. Denver, we have no evidence of that. I'm only stating the facts. What Mrs. Stoddard has dreamed is possible.
And what it tells us is that the Belbury people have discovered a way of making themselves immortal. It is the beginning of a new species, the chosen heads who never die. And henceforward, all the creatures that you and I call human will be candidates for admission to the new species, or else its slaves. We have learned tonight, if not what the real power behind our enemies is doing, at least the form in which it is embodied at Belbury. We therefore know something about one of the two attacks which are about to be made on our race. But I am thinking of the other.
Yes, the other.
Meaning by that?
Meaning whatever is under Bragdon Wood.
Oh, you're still thinking about that.
I am thinking of almost nothing else.
We knew already that the enemy wanted the wood.
Some of us guessed why. Jane has seen in a vision what it is they are looking for in Bragdon. That can be none other than Merlin himself.
And he may be a greater danger than the NICE.
Indeed. And the greatest danger of all is the junction of the enemy's forces, when the new power from Belbury joins up with the old power of Merlin under Bragdon Wood. Logra will be almost surrounded. For us, everything turns on preventing that junction. That is the point at which we must be ready both to kill and to die.
You'll excuse my saying, Mr. Director, but I don't believe a word of it.
Up till now, whatever his days have been like, Mark has usually slept well. This night, sleep fails him. As the wind rattles his window hour after hour, he feels the nursery terrors again, cold fingers delicately travelling down his back. He is called earlier than usual, and with his tea comes a note about a most urgent and distressing matter.
Good morning, Mr. Staddock. I regret that in short, I would not have kept you from your breakfast unless I had felt that you should be placed in full possession of the facts at the earliest possible moment. The matter is a distressing, or at least an embarrassing one. Pray be seated, Mr. Staddock.
Have you lost your wallet, Stoddock?
My wallet?
Yes, wallet. Pocketbook. Thing you keep notes and letters in.
Yes, I have. Have you found it?
Does it contain £3.10, counterfoil of postal order for 5 shillings, assorted letters, and a bill for a dress suit from Simmons & Son, 32A Market Street, Edgestone?
More or less.
There it is.
Oh, thanks.
No, you don't. This wallet was found in the grass beside Hengist's body.
My God, you don't mean that... Do I understand that I'm suspected of murdering Hengist?
You will see by this, Mr. Staddock, the enormous value of possessing our own executive. Here is a matter which might, I fear, cause you very considerable inconvenience. If the ordinary police had discovered the wallet, it was Miss Hardcastle's officers, and they only, who made this embarrassing discovery.
Yes.
It would be unfortunate if, at some point in the future, we should find ourselves compelled to put the matter before outside authority.
Do I understand that you think you have facts justifying my arrest for the murder of Mr. Hingist, but are offering to suppress them?
You've got it now, Stoddard.
But I don't want that. I'm an innocent man. I think I'd better go to the police. The real police, I mean.
If you want to be tried for your life, that's another matter.
I want to be vindicated. The charge would fall to pieces at once. There was no conceivable motive, and I have an alibi.
You were seen talking to Bill at dinner. You were seen going out of the front door with him when he left.
Yes,
you were not seen coming back. If you had gone with him by car to the scene of the murder, you would have had ample time to walk back and go to bed by 2:15.
This is a very good illustration of the importance of the institutional police.
So what should I do?
Sit tight. It's lucky for you that it was we who found your wallet.
But look here, damn it! Aren't you hoping to catch the thief in a day or two?
Thief? I understand, do I, that you are advancing a charge of theft against some person or persons unknown?
But good God, were you not assuming that someone stole it? Do you think I'm a murderer?
Please, Mr. Stoddard, you really must not shout. I must remind you you're in the presence of a lady.
It's all one to me. Why Stoddard should start bellowing at us because we're trying to keep him out of the dock, I don't know. I've got a busy day.
Look, I'm sorry I was rude. What do you advise me to do?
Don't put your nose outside Belbury.
I do not think Miss Hardcastle could have given you better advice. And now that Mrs. Stoddard is going to join you here, that will not be a serious hardship.
Oh, that reminds me, sir, I'm not really quite sure about having my wife here. As a matter of fact, she's not in very good health.
You must be hungry for your breakfast. Don't let me delay you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stoddard, behave with the greatest caution. And bring the girl. Do you understand? Get your wife. The head is not patient.
Now, they're both in there together.
And again, just as yesterday, he runs from the house, out of the door, through the gardens, and into the belt of trees. And then, as yesterday again, impossibly, ahead of him, that tall, stooping figure, humming a little tune, bars his way. Mark has never fought. Ancestral impulses lodged in his body direct the blow which he aims at the head of this senile obstructor. But there is no impact. Wither has suddenly vanished.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Stoddard. Come in.
Dr. Dunn, I'm sorry to disturb you here in college.
Hardly disturbing me. Northumberland College has effectively ceased to be since the NICE took over the city. I'm merely clearing out my rooms.
I'm sorry. I've come to ask about Jane. I've just been to our flat and she isn't there. Do you know where she is?
I can't give you her address, I'm afraid.
Do you mean you don't know it?
I can't give it.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
If you've any regard for your wife's safety, you will not ask me to tell you where she's gone.
Safety from what?
Don't you know what's happened?
No, what?
On the night of the riot, the institutional police attempted to arrest her. She escaped, but not before they had tortured her.
Ah, well...
They burned her with cigars.
Yes, look, I'm afraid she's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. That didn't really happen, you know.
The doctor who dressed the burns thinks otherwise.
What? They really did?
Yes.
Then why haven't I been told about this outrage?
That's an odd question to ask me. You ought to understand the workings of the NICE better than I do.
Why didn't you tell me? Have you been to the police?
The institutional police?
No, the ordinary police.
Do you really not know that there are no ordinary police left in Edgestowe? This is a conquered and occupied city.
Then why in heaven's name didn't you get on to me?
You?
Look here. You don't imagine I knew about it. You don't really believe I'd send policemen round to torture my own wife. I know you've always disliked me, but I didn't know it was quite as bad as that. I insist on being told where Jane is.
Do you want her to be taken to Belbury?
Where is my wife?
She is not in my house, nor under my care. But she is well and safe. If you still have the slightest regard for her happiness, you will make no attempt to get in touch with her.
Am I some sort of leper Or criminal that I can't even be trusted to know her address?
Excuse me. You're a member of the NICE. Since her escape, she's been left alone only because your colleagues do not know where she is.
Well, if it was really the NIC police, do you suppose I'm not going to have a very full explanation out of them? Damn it, what do you take me for?
I can only hope that you have no power in the NICE at all. If you have no power, then you cannot protect her. If you have, then you're identified with its policy. In neither case will I help you to discover where Jane is.
Oh, this is fantastic. Even if I do happen to hold a job in the NICE for the moment, you know me.
I do not know you. I have no conception of your aims or motives.
There's been some ridiculous mistake. I suppose some newly enrolled policeman got drunk or something. Well, he'll be broken.
It was the chief of police, Miss Hardcastle herself, who did it.
Very well. I'll break her then.
Have you the means to bring her to book? Are you already as near the centre of Belbury as that? If so, then you've consented to the murder of Hingest, the murder of Compton.
What?
It's you who can tell us why Place and Rowley and Cummingham, at 80 years of age, have been arrested, and where they are. And if you're as deeply in it as that, not only will I not deliver Jane into your hands, but I would not deliver my dog.
Oh, this is absurd. Damn it, I'm the injured party. The way you talk, anyone would think it was your wife who'd been ill-treated.
Does it matter whose wife it was?
I'll raise hell about it. I'll break the infernal bitch who did it, if it means breaking the whole NICE. Sooner than put up with it, I'll leave the NICE.
Do you mean that?
I see you don't trust me.
Studdock, it may be that both of us are within a few minutes of death. You've probably been shadowed into the college. And I, at any rate, don't propose to die with polite insincerities in my mouth. I don't trust you. Why should I? You are, at least in some degree, the accomplice of the worst men in the world. Your very coming to me this afternoon may be only a trap.
Don't you know me better than that?
Now stop talking nonsense. They've corrupted better men than you or me before now. Strake was a good man once. Philostrata was at least a great genius. Even Alcazar. Oh, yes, I know who your head is. Was at least a plain murderer. Something better than they have now made of him. Who are you to be exempt? Nevertheless, if you seriously wish to leave the NICE, I will help you.
I'd need to think that over.
There is no time. I'm offering you a way back into the human family. You must come at once.
It's a question affecting my whole future career.
Your career? It's a question of damnation or a last chance.
I don't understand. You keep suggesting some kind of danger. What is it? And what powers have you to protect me or Jane if I do bolt?
I can offer you no security. There is no security for anyone now. The battle has started. I'm offering you a place on the right side. I don't know which will win.
As a matter of fact, I had been thinking of leaving, but I must think it over.
There is no time.
Just for an hour. Will you be here in an hour's time?
What can an hour do for you?
Will you be here?
If you insist. But no good can come of it.
I want to think. I want to think. What I'd give just to have done with it all and joined Dimble. But this is madness. I mustn't break with the NICE. They'll be after me. How can Dimble save me? I'll be killed. Oh, God, I need a drink. Anyway, why should I write off my position at Belbury? I've worked hard enough to get there. But I wish I could be with Dimble and Jane, wherever she is, and safe. Oh, how has this happened to me? Damn the whole thing. Why is my luck so bad?
Excuse me, sir. I must ask you for your name.
Studdock.
Mark Edward Studdock. It is my duty to arrest you for the murder of William Hingest.
Here he is! Here's Dr. Dimple!
Don't put the car away, will you, Doctor?
I wasn't intending to, Arthur. Well, why not?
Come in, we'll tell you all about it.
Oh, don't ask questions. There's cold meat and bread on the table. You just sit down and eat while we tell you.
Make a good meal.
Thank you, Jane. We have to go out again. Oh? We are going into action at last, Dr. Dimble. I'm sorry to send you out the moment you come in, but the battle has started.
I have already repeatedly urged the absurdity of sending out an older man like Dr. Dimble that's done a day's work for pay. Well, here am I, a great strapping fella doing nothing.
It's no good, McPhee. You can't go. For one thing, you don't know the language, and for another, you have never put yourself under the protection of Malaldin.
I'm perfectly ready in and for this emergency to allow the existence of these elders of yours and of a being called Malaldil, whom they regard as their king.
You can't go. It would be like sending a 3-year-old child to fight a tank. Put the map on the table where Dimble can see it. This is the situation, Dimble. What was under Bragdon was a living Merlin. Yes, asleep, if you like to call it sleep. And nothing has yet happened to show that the enemy has found him. No, don't talk. Go on eating. Last night, Jane Studdock had the most important dream she's had yet. You remember that in an earlier dream she saw the very place where he lay under Bragdon. But it now seems it is not reached by a shaft and a stair.
This time I dreamed of going through a long tunnel with a very gradual descent.
And Jane thinks she can recognize the entrance to that.
Yes, under a heap of stones at the end of a copse with... Well, there was a white gate by a road, an ordinary 5-barred gate with a crosspiece, but the crosspiece was broken off about a foot from the top. I know it again.
You see them? There's a good chance that this tunnel comes up outside the area held by the NICE.
You mean that we can get under Bragdon without going into Bragdon?
Exactly. But that's not all. He has waked already.
I found the place empty.
You mean the enemy has already found him?
No.
The place has not been broken into.
He seems to have waked of his own accord.
My God.
Try to eat, darling.
Is he out?
That I don't know.
Tell him what it was like, Jane.
It was the same place. Dark, all stone, like a cellar. And the slab of stone was there. With no one lying on it. Then I dreamed about this tunnel gradually sloping upwards. And there was a man in the tunnel. A great big man, breathing heavily. At first I thought it was an animal. It got colder as we went up the tunnel. There was air, a little air from outside. And it seemed to end in a pile of loose stones. And he was pulling them about just before the dream changed. Then I was outside in the rain. That was where I saw the white gate.
It looks, you see, as if they had not yet, or not then, established contact with him. That's our only chance now, to meet this creature before they do. The tunnel must lead up either onto the Eton Road or this one. This yellow one that runs through the Y of Curhardy.
We can be there in half an hour.
Yes?
I suppose it must be tonight.
I am afraid it must, Mrs. Dimble. If the enemy makes contact with him, then we have lost the war.
Yes, of course, I'm sorry.
What's our procedure?
Well, the first question is whether he is actually out. It doesn't seem likely that the entrance to the tunnel has been hidden all these centuries by nothing but a heap of loose stones. And if it has, they wouldn't be loose by now. He may take hours getting out.
You'll need at least 2 strong men with picks.
No, McPhee. If the tunnel is still sealed, then you must wait for him, Dimple. If he's out, you must look for tracks. Thank God it's a muddy night. You must hunt him.
If Jane is going, sir, I shall go too.
Jane has to go because she is the guide. I'm afraid you must stay at home, Camilla. We, in this house, are all that is left of Logra. You carry its future in your body. Now, as I was saying, Dimple, you must hunt. I do not think he can get far. The country will, of course, be quite unrecognizable to him, even by daylight.
And if we do find him...
That is the moment when the danger comes. Now, we do not know what the powers of the old Atlantean Circle were. Some kind of hypnotism probably covered most of it. Don't be afraid. But don't let him try anything. Keep your hand on your revolver. You too, Dennis.
I'm a good hand with a revolver myself.
McPhee would put you to sleep in 10 seconds. The others are heavily protected, as you are not. You understand, Dimple? Your revolver in your hand, a prayer on your lips, your mind fixed on Malaldil. Then, if he stands, conjure him. I don't know what he will do, but stand firm. You can't lose your soul. At least not by any action of his.
I understand.
But please do not be cast down, Mrs. Dimble. If they kill your husband, we shall none of us live many hours after him. It will be a shorter separation than you could have hoped for in the course of nature. Now, 10 minutes. Time to say prayers, if you wish, and to say goodbye. Meet again here, if you will, at 8:10. Jane, are you all right?
I think so, sir.
Do you place yourself in the obedience? In obedience to Malaldil?
Sir, I know nothing of Malaldil, but I place myself in obedience to you.
It is enough for the present. This is the courtesy of deep heaven, that when you mean well, he always takes you to have meant better than you knew. But it will not be enough for always. He is very jealous. He will have you for no one but himself in the end. But for tonight, it is enough.
Our mind seems to be no longer available for inspection. She may already have fallen under enemy influence.
I wonder, my dear Frost, whether we are attaching too much importance to this Staddock woman.
Not at all. I had access to the woman's mind for only a very short time. I examined only one dream, but it was a dream which revealed an essential element in our program. If she has fallen into the wrong hands, she will constitute a grave danger.
Yes.
It also means whither. To find her would probably mean discovering the enemy's headquarters.
Ah, yes, indeed.
This Hardcastle is probably right. Torture would result in Staddock giving up his wife's address, assuming he knows it. But the discovery of her husband and the condition in which the torture would leave him would produce psychological conditions in the woman which might destroy her faculty. We should thus frustrate the purpose for which we want her.
I do so agree.
There's no way in short of achieving our goal except by inducing Staddock to bring his wife here himself. Where is he at present?
In one of our cells.
Under the impression he's been arrested by the ordinary
I presume
police.
it would be.
Good, I shall leave him for several hours. Then I shall pay him a visit. And the other business?
That. I have sent Mr. Stowe onto that. If I am not mistaken, he will be tunneling under Bragdon Wood, even as we speak.
I can't see a thing.
Hard to see anything in this rain. Is this still Eton Road, Arthur?
Oh.
Yes. There's the toll house.
We could have passed the gate any number of times. We'll have to get out.
I think she's right, Doctor.
I say, look, stop a moment.
I can't see a gate.
Not the gate, look over there.
Do you mean that fire?
Yes! I'd forgotten that it was there in my dream. It was the end, but the most important part. Look, after I came out of the tunnel, that was where I found him, Merlin, sitting by a fire in a little wood.
What do you think, Arthur?
I think we must go wherever Jane leads.
Come on, then. Quickly! Oh! Hurry! There's a gate here. Quick! It's only the other side of that field.
And as they leave the road and enter the field, the change is from a waking to a phantasmal world. All becomes darker, wetter, more incalculable. Each small dip feels like the edge of a precipice. The hedge snatches at them with wet and prickly tentacles. Fear drips into their minds like water into a ship with a slow leak. Out here, with the changing firelight ahead and the black all around, they begin to accept as fact this tryst with something dead. And yet, not dead. Something exhumed from the dark pit of history that lies between the ancient Romans and the English. And Jane, stumbling ankle-deep in water, questions herself about this walk across a ploughed field on a wet night, and wonders.
Is it death?
They walk slowly and quietly up to the edge of a little wood and stop. Below them, the fire burns at the bottom of a dingle.
Is there anyone there?
I don't know. Look, there! When the flame blows out,
thought I saw a tramp. At least a man in modern clothes.
We must go down.
Oh, there's no way down here. We'll have to go along the edge until we find a path.
Stop!
What is it?
There's something moving.
Where?
There. At least I thought there was.
They move on, and in a few moments find themselves descending a rutted path until the whole hollow opens before them.
There he is.
Where? I haven't got your eyes.
I can see him. It's a trap. An old man with a ragged beard in what looks like the remains of a British woman and a pair of black trousers.
That?
Yes.
That looks like a log to me.
I'm not so sure now. He's very still. If it is a man, he's asleep.
Or dead.
We must go down.
Shh.
Speaking.
This is Stone, sir. We found the chamber.
Yes.
It was empty.
Empty.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure, my dear Stone, that you have found the right place?
Oh, yes, sir. It's a little kind of crypt. Stonework and some Roman brick. And a slab in the middle like an altar or a bed.
Am I to understand there was no one there, no sign of occupation?
Well, sir, it seemed to us to have been recently disturbed.
Pray be as explicit as possible, Mr. Stone.
Well, sir, there was an exit, a tunnel, leading out of it to the south. We had a look. It comes out about 800 yards away, outside the area of the wood.
Comes out? You mean an arch, a gate?
Well, that's just the point. We got out to the open air, all right, but something had been smashed up there quite recently. It looked as if it had been done by explosives, as if the end of the tunnel had been walled up and someone had blasted their way out. There was no end of a mess.
Continue, Mr. Stone.
I used your warrant, sir, and collected all the available police and sent off search parties for the man you described.
And how did you describe him to them?
Just as you did, sir. An old man with a very long beard or a beard very roughly trimmed, probably in a mantle. It occurred to me that he might have no clothes at all.
Someone here.
I could have sworn I saw someone.
If you did, he must still be quite close.
Should we call out?
He seems to have been pretty extravagant with his matches. One wouldn't expect a tramp to...
No. But on the other hand, one wouldn't expect Merlin to have brought a box of matches with him from the 5th century.
What are footprints here?
Won't they help us?
Well, they won't even run away, look. There. And there.
They'll be the tramps.
If it was a tramp.
He couldn't have walked up the path without us seeing him. Hello? What's that? What? It's coming at us.
Look out! Get back! Get back! Whoa there!
Stop! Oh, look! Stop him! Stop!
Stop him!
Don't you see? Come on! After him! Run! There's a man on its back!
We'll never catch him! Stop!
Stop!
Come back! Friends! Amiki!
Look!
And as they watch, high among the stars, the shape of the horse appears as it leaps a hedge. And on its back, with some garment streaming out behind him in the wind, the great figure of a man. It seems to Jane that as he leaps, he looks back over his shoulder and mocks.
Am I in the city jail? Or Belbury? Oh, who the hell cares? What difference does it make if they decided to get me hanged by handing me over to the ordinary police? Or to do away with me in private? Why did I come to Belbury in the first place? How could I ever have trusted men like Wither and Feverston? Jane or Dimble would have seen through him at once. So why didn't I?
And Mark looks back on the route that has brought him here to this tiny lighted cell. Not with shame, but with a kind of disgust at its dreariness. He has a picture of himself.
The odious little outsider.
Who has always wanted to be an insider, assuming interest in things he finds dull and assuming knowledge he does not possess.
I've sacrificed nearly every person and everything I've actually enjoyed in my life for the sake of being thought of as a member of some inner circle. When have I ever done what I wanted? Mixed with the people I've liked, read books I've enjoyed, or even eaten and drunk what I've fancied? Well, if I'm to be hanged, it'll be lucky for Jane.
Jane, who seems to him now to have in herself knee-deep meadows of happiness, enchanted gardens of leisure, which he cannot enter, but could have spoiled.
She's not like me. She should be rid of me. She'll get over it. She's tried her best, but she doesn't really care for me. Nobody ever has, much.
Mark Studdock. We've not met. My name is Augustus Frost.
Then I gather I'm Belbury, and not in a police station.
Yes, though that fact makes no difference to the danger you find yourself in. The Institute will soon have official powers of liquidation. Such actions are demanded.
If you're going to kill me, why all this farce of a murder charge?
My dear Studdock, the murder charge against you and the alterations in your treatment have been part of a planned program to promote objectivity. You have been selected as a possible candidate for admission to our inner circle, and a circle bound together by subjective feelings of mutual confidence and liking would be useless. Now, I must begin by telling you that neither the Deputy Director nor I are responsible for shaping the policy of the Institute.
The head?
Oh, no. Alcazan's mind is not the mind we are in contact with when the head speaks. The cortex and vocal cords in Alcazan's head are used by a different mind. And now please attend very carefully. You have probably not heard of macrobes.
Microbes? Yes, of course.
No, I did not say microbes. I said macrobes. The formation of the word explains itself. Below the level of animal life, there are microscopic organisms. Their actual results on human life in respect of health and disease have, of course, made up a large part of history. The secret cause was not known until we invented the microscope. I have now to inform you that there are similar organisms above the level of animal life. And now, when I say above, I'm not speaking biologically. The structure of the macrobe is of extreme simplicity. When I say it is above the level, I mean it is more permanent, disposes of more energy, and has greater intelligence.
Must be pretty nearly human, then.
You have misunderstood me. When I said it transcended the animals, I was, of course, including the most efficient animal, man. The macrobe is more intelligent than man. Their effect on human history has been far greater than that of the microbe, so of course equally unrecognized. The vocal cords and brain taken from Alcazan have become the conductors of a regular intercourse between the macrobes and our own species.
These organisms then are friendly to humanity.
Oh, friendship is subjective, so is hatred. The first step towards intercourse with the macrobes is the realization that one must go outside the whole world of our subjective emotions.
I see, but by friendly I meant they share our aims.
What do you understand by our aims?
Well, the preservation and extension of our species.
Every advance in industry and agriculture reduces the number of work people required. There is a large and ever-growing unintelligent population that is rapidly becoming a dead weight. The most efficient method of elimination is war. The effect of modern war is to eliminate retrogressive types, superstitious peasants, low-grade industrial workers, and so on. We have just experienced the second of the 6 major wars planned for this century. Now, in the new age, What has hitherto been merely the intellectual nucleus of the race is to become the race itself. The individual is to become all head. The human race is to become all technocracy.
Go away! What's the meaning of this impertinence?
There's a message for you, Mr. Frost.
What? Give it to me.
Excellent.
Where did you find him, Mr. Stone? In a hollow in the wood, Mr. Wither. About a quarter of a mile from the entrance to the tunnel. We followed the track of his feet.
Would you be so kind as to lay the stretcher on the bed? And I wonder if he would care for hot water bottles. If he has indeed been underground for as long as we suspect, he might have need of them.
Yes, sir.
Out of my way.
Mr. Frost.
Is this him?
Well,
is he asleep?
I think not. It is more like some kind of trance.
You have no doubts, I trust.
Well,
I think it is he. The nudity is hard to account for on any other hypothesis. The skull is the kind I expected.
But the face, I could have sworn that I knew the look of a master.
Perhaps we must be prepared for great crudities in him.
Certainly. One must not be narrow-minded. No. One may suppose that the masters of that age were not quite so sharply divided from the common people as we are.
One not only may suppose it, one must. What we have here is not something surviving from the 5th century. It is the last vestige surviving into the 5th century of something much more remote.
Yes.
Something that takes us back to pre-glacial periods.
Hush, hush, look, he's opening his eyes.
Master Merlin, wisest of the Britons, possessor of the secret of secrets, it is with inexpressible pleasure that we embrace the opportunity of welcoming you in our house. You will understand that we also are not unskilled in the great art. And if I may say so, the reason Wither stops is that the old man on the bed is taking no notice of him.
It's impossible that a learned man of the 5th century should not know Latin.
I'll give him some wine.
Yes.
But the man regards the wine without interest and points instead to a different decanter.
I think that our very distinguished guest is trying to indicate the jug. I don't quite know what was provided.
Beer.
Well, it hardly seems appropriate. Still, we know so little of the customs of that age.
As Frost pours the beer, for the first time a gleam of interest comes into the man's face. He snatches the mug eagerly, pushes back the disorderly moustache from his lips, and begins to drink. Back and back goes the grey head. Up and up goes the bottom of the tankard. And then he turns his attention to the banquet set out on the table. All sorts of delicacies have been provided, but the stranger devotes his attention entirely to cold beef, chicken, pickles, bread, cheese, and butter. The butter he eats neat off the end of a knife. He is apparently unacquainted with forks, and takes the chicken bones in both hands to gnaw them, placing them under his pillow when he has done.
Domine, nihil magis mihi displicere.
Sir, nothing would be further from my wish than to be in any way troublesome to you. At the same time, with your pardon...
He's taking no notice.
Well, I must confess, I had not anticipated any serious difficulty about language.
Let's get a Celtic scholar at once. Strake knows Welsh. His mother was a Welshwoman.
Well, I'm not sure if modern Welsh would be quite...
It's worth a try, and if it fails, we shall have to advertise.
I wonder how they're getting on.
It's a dreadful night for them.
Yes, indeed.
I'd love to be out in it, out on a high hill. I do wish you'd have let go with them, sir.
You're not the only one.
Oh, but listen to it. Oh, poor Cecil out in this. I sometimes wonder, sir, if it's on nights like this that the elders come to you.
Oh, they don't take any notice of weather, Camilla. One way or the other.
It's so eerie, the feeling that they come here. But I don't feel like that about God. He ought to be worse, if you see what I mean.
He was, once. But you're right to feel wary of the powers. Angels are generally not good company for men, even when they are good angels and good men.
Look at Mr. Bultitude, sitting with his back to the fire. His cheeks are so fat and his eyes so small, it looks as if he's smiling.
To have a bear sitting like that in a house like this points to an essential falsity in the running of the place.
How do you mean?
I mean there is a half-hearted attempt to adopt an attitude to irrational creatures which is not consistently maintained. The bear is kept in the house and given apples and golden syrup until he's near bursting.
Well, I like that. Who's the one who gives him the apples?
I do wish Mr. McPhee could be persuaded to go to bed. He's perfectly unbearable at a time like this.
The bear, as I was observing, is kept in the house and pampered. The pigs are kept in a sty and killed for bacon. I would be interested to hear the philosophical rationale of the distinction.
It's quite simple. Whoever heard of getting bacon out of a bear?
Shh. Shh. Is that only the wind I can hear?
It sounds to me like a horse.
Would you pass me my stick, please, Camilla? McPhee, come with me. You others wait here. Now, when you open the door, McPhee, stand back behind it. Are you sure?
Famule, dic domino huius domus, me venis.
Star, in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, dic mihi quisi. Stand where you are and tell me your name and business.
Famule, dic domino. Hello, tell the lord of this house that I am come.
And now we present the final episode of our classic serial, dramatised from the novel by C.S. Lewis, That Hideous Strength.
Just as Jane Studdock had foreseen in a dream, Merlin has risen from his tomb in Bragdon Wood. But will he side with good or evil? The race is on to secure his services, and Jane, Arthur and Dr. Dimble set out to hunt him down. But the NICE appear to have found him first. A bearded, naked man, he now lies in a bed at their headquarters at Belbury. But surprisingly, he doesn't understand Latin, and the NICE must advertise for an expert in other ancient languages. Meanwhile, at St. Anne's, Mr. Fisher King and the circle of friends who are all that remain of the legendary kingdom of Logra are waiting for Jane and her companions to return. When out of the wind and rain they hear a horse approaching, and a fist beats at the door.
Famule, dic domino huius domus, me venis. Famule, dic domino. Hello, tell the lord of this house that I am come.
Wonderful to be back.
How are you, Doctor? Oh, when I've got my breath back, I'll be fine.
Oh, what a night.
Oh. Where is everybody? Didn't they wait up for us? Look, there's McPhee. There in the chair.
Extraordinary place to fall asleep.
Is he asleep?
McPhee? McPhee? Are you all right, McPhee?
All right. I am all right. There's been a man here.
What sort of a man?
Oh, well, it's not easy to... I fell asleep as he was talking, to tell you the truth. I just can't bring to mind what he was saying.
Lord save us! He had the director with him?
What?
know now what happened? He hypnotized me. There was a horse, too. I remember the horse.
Come on. If he's here, we'll find him.
Look.
Miss Ironwood, Mrs. Dimble and Camilla are all fast asleep.
And Mr. Bultitude, too.
Ah, sure, they're all right. It must be the same as he did to me. We've no time to wake them. Go on.
Nothing here.
Nor here.
Try upstairs.
There are lights on.
Excuse me. I think perhaps I'd better go first.
Up to the first landing, they are in darkness. On the second and the last, the light falls from above. Jane, who is last, sees McPhee and Dr. Dimble stop dead on the second landing. Forcing her tired limbs to run, Jane gets beside them and sees what they do. Looking down on them from the balustrade are two men. One, Mr. Fisher King, the director, standing straight and still without his stick. The other, a huge monster of a man. And this stranger is speaking in Latin and pointing at her.
Vir optime, in domo tua feminam falsissimam omnium quinum vivo. You have in your house the falsest lady of any at this time alive.
Vir optime faleris. Sir, you are mistaken. She is doubtless, like all of us, a sinner. But the woman is chaste.
Sir, know well that it was the purpose of God that she and her lordship between them have begotten a child, by whom the enemies would have been put out of Logre for 1,000 years. For 100 generations, in 2 lines, the begetting of this child was prepared, and unless God should rip up the work of time, such seed shall never be again.
She is but lately married. The child may yet be born.
Be assured that the child will never be born, for the hour of its begetting is past.
It is as well that Jane cannot understand Latin. More than that they speak of her, she cannot tell. Dimble, however, understands all, and is therefore appalled to hear...
It would be great charity if you gave order that her head should be cut from her shoulders, for it is a weariness to look at her.
Director! What in heaven's name is the meaning of this? What are you doing with that bloodthirsty old man?
This man is Merlinus Ambrosius. Merlin. The NICE at Belbury thought that if he came back, he would be on their side. I find he is on ours.
Do I understand, Mr. Director, that you're asking us to accept this person as a member of our organization?
He is a member of the organization.
I must ask what inquiries have been made into his credentials.
It would be hard to explain to you my reasons for trusting Merlinus Ambrosius. But no harder than to explain to him why I trust you. Now, come. You have none of you slept tonight. Apart from you, of course, McPhee.
I did so.
Jane, before you retire, would you bring up a bottle of Burgundy?
Yes.
And light the fire in the blue room.
And sleep comes to all. In the morning, after he has bathed,
Oh, Liam!
Merlin calls loudly for oil. Deniston's exertions while shopping in the village finally produce a tin of brilliantine, which Merlin uses so freely that his hair and beard glisten, and the sweet, sticky smell fills the blue room. That is why Mr. Bultitude, the bear, paws so insistently at the door that he is finally admitted, and now sits as near the magician as he can possibly get, his nostrils twitching. He has never smelt such an interesting man before.
Sir, I give you great thanks.
You are welcome.
I cannot understand the way you live, and your house is strange to me. You give me a bath such as the Emperor himself might envy, but no one attends me to it. A bed softer than sleep itself, and when I rise from it, I find I must put on my own clothes, as if I were a peasant. You eat dry and tasteless flesh, but it is off plates as smooth as ivory and as round as the sun. Does your wound pain you?
No, it is not the wound. We have terrible things to talk of.
Sir, I could take all the anguish from your heel as though I were wiping it out with a sponge. Give me but 7 days to renew old acquaintance. These fields and I, this wood and I, have much to say to one another.
You might find the country much changed.
No, I do not reckon to find it much changed. Not changed. Through me, you can suck up from the earth oblivion of all pains.
No. No, you were not dug up from the earth to give me a plaster for my wound. We have drugs that could cheat the pain as well as your earth magic, or better, if it were not my business to bear it to the end.
I hear and obey, but I meant no harm. If not to heal your wound, yet for the healing of Logre. You will need my commerce with field and water. It will not be changed, you know. Not what you would call changed.
And a Merlin seems like something that ought not to be indoors. Bathed and anointed though he is, a sense of mould, gravel, wet leaves, weedy water hangs about him.
Not changed.
But the soul has gone out of the wood and the water. Oh, I dare say you could awake them. A little, but it would not be enough. A storm or even a river flood would be of little avail against our present enemy. For the hideous strength confronts us. And it is as in the days when Nimrod built a tower to reach heaven.
I will set a sword in every blade of grass to wound them, and the very clods of earth shall be venom to their feet.
I forbid you to speak of it. Whatever of spirit may still linger in the earth has withdrawn 1,500 years further away from us since your time. You shall not lift your little finger to call it out. I command you. It is in this age utterly unlawful. It never was very lawful even in your day.
Sir, if I am not to work for you in that fashion, then you have taken into your house a silly bulk of flesh. For I am no longer much of a man of war. Perhaps, though, it was rumoured in my day that among the heathen there were some that were not wholly corrupt, men who knew not the articles of our most holy faith, but who worshipped God as they could and acknowledged the law of nature. I know not where, Babylon, Arabia, or Cathay. I believe it would be lawful to seek help even there.
You do not understand, Malin. The poison was brewed in these westlands, but it has spat itself everywhere by now. No power that is merely earthly will serve against the hideous strength.
Then let us all to prayers.
Now and always. But that was not what I meant. There are celestial powers, created powers not in this earth but in the heavens. Those powers of heaven have come down to this house. And in this chamber where we are now, Malacandra and Perelandra, which we call Mars and Venus, have spoken to me.
What will come of this? If they put forth their power, they will unmake all Middle-earth.
Their naked power, yes. That is why they will work only through a man.
Huh?
A man whose mind is opened to be so invaded. One who has dabbled in magic in the days when dabbling had not begun to be evil. A Christian man and a penitent. In all these western parts, there was only one man who had lived in those days and could still be recalled. You. Silence. Sit down. You put us both to shame.
Sir, you are the Pendragon. You have
Yes.
been in heaven. You are not as I. You have looked on their faces before.
Greater spirits than I have looked on will descend this time. There is no promise that either you or I will save our lives, or our reason. I do not know how we can dare to look upon their faces. But I do know we cannot dare to look upon God's if we refuse this enterprise.
Since day and night make no difference in Mark's cell, He doesn't know whether it is minutes or hours later that the cell door opens, and Augustus Frost returns to lead him once more into the presence of that gaping and dribbling monstrosity, the head of Alcazar. But to Mark's surprise, Frost takes not the slightest notice of it. He leads him across to a narrow door in the far wall.
Go in. We'll speak to no one of what you find here. I will return presently.
It is an empty committee room. A cold, grey place with unhappy proportions.
Ugly place.
He notices the door. He wonders if he is the victim of an optical illusion.
No. The point of the arch isn't in the centre. The whole thing's lopsided.
He notices spots on the ceiling.
But they're not dirt or discoloration. They're deliberately painted on.
Not a great many of them.
30.
Or is it 100?
I'm not counting them. I'm not falling into that trap.
They'd be hard to count. They're so irregularly placed.
Or are they? Perhaps it's some sort of pattern up there. Yes, there's 5 in that little group to the right. Almost regular. Come on, stop it. This is what they want you to do.
The pictures round the walls belong to a school of art with which he is already familiar.
A young girl, her mouth open.
And the inside of her mouth thickly overgrown with hair.
A giant mantis playing fiddle.
While being eaten by another mantis.
A man with corkscrews instead of arms, bathing in a sadly coloured sea.
And then the pictures with scriptural themes.
But in every one, something is odd, out of place.
Who is that person standing between the Christ and Lazarus?
Why are there so many beetles under the table in the Last Supper?
The very ordinariness of the pictures becomes their supreme menace. Like the ominous surface innocence at the beginning of some dreams.
I suppose this room is the first step towards achieving what they'll call my objectivity.
Ah, yes, objectivity. The process whereby all specifically human reactions are killed in a man, so that he might become fit for the fastidious society of the macrobes.
And there'll be worse things, that's for sure. God knows what. Eating abominable food. Dabbling in dirt and blood. Performing calculated obscenities.
But after an hour or so, this long, high coughing of a room begins to produce on Mark an effect which his instructor has probably not anticipated. The built and painted perversity has the effect of making him aware, as he has never been aware before, of this room's opposite. As the desert teaches men to love water, or as absence reveals affection, there rises up against this background of the sour and the crooked some kind of vision of the sweet and the straight. He's not thinking in moral terms at all. He is thinking of something he vaguely calls the normal. And it's all mixed up with
Jane.
And fried eggs.
And soap.
And sunlight.
Come with me. You must remain here on duty until you are relieved.
On duty?
If the patient on the bed speaks or stirs, you are to ring the deputy director immediately. You are to say nothing. Indeed, it would be useless if you did, because the patient does not understand English. Remember, ring up immediately if it stirs.
Patient? Looks like a damn tramp. Ah, thank God for a fire, anyway. Perhaps have a cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... I beg your pardon.
Foreigners, eh?
You do speak English, then?
Ah. Governor, you haven't got such a thing as a bit of baccy about you, eh?
At St. Anne's, an unusual thing has happened to Mr. Bultitude. for he's got out into the garden without being muzzled, and the bear has passed a very agreeable morning investigating the turnips. Now, in the early afternoon, he has approached the garden wall. I think there is a sense in his mind of endless green lands beyond it, and bees the size of sparrows, and innumerable hives. There is a chestnut tree near the wall which the bear can easily climb, and from its branches he can drop down on the far side.
Oh, no, I ain't pull up, Sid. Look at that.
Bloody great bear. Here, it's not ours, is it?
Of course not. You were in her cage this morning. Here, let's get it.
Why?
Well, bears cost money. I don't know, the NIC wants another one, and here it is, free.
Oh, all right then. Hop out and ask it to step inside.
Your favour, now we'll dope it.
Not with my lunch, you won't.
Oh, well, we'll have to use mine then. Where's the bottle?
Here.
Right. Here then. Hey, good boy. Ooh, come on, Bruin. Here's a good boy. Hey. Dinner time.
You know, I think it's best if you go on pretending you don't understand English.
Yeah, foreigners, eh?
Yes. Actually, they're not foreigners, you know, but they are very dangerous people, and I think your best plan is to keep silent.
Hey?
Yes.
Don't get no doubt of me, eh? Telly, you and me knows that.
But as regards the future,
Hey?
Yes, of course. You see, we're both in considerable danger.
Foreigners, eh?
No, I told you they weren't. They seem to think you are, though.
They got no doubt of me.
I've been trying to think out some sort of plan. And I was wondering...
Telly.
What?
I've got a plan.
What is it? Go on, what is it?
How'd it be if you and I made ourselves a nice bit of toasted cheese?
Who are you?
Jane, what is it?
A huge woman. Flame-coloured dress. Her breasts exposed. Her eyes mocking me. Her skin's dark, honey-coloured. Red cheeks, red lips, black eyes. Brutal, ogreish, gleeful, coming towards
Jane,
me.
can you hear me?
Who is she?
Can you speak to her, Jane?
She holds a torch, flaming. Oh, be careful! Look out! Oh, you burn the room! You burn the house! Get back! You'll burn us both! Oh!
You're awake now.
Yes. That was so frightening.
Yes.
I saw this woman.
Yes, I know you were telling me.
Was she real?
Oh, yes, she is real enough.
Who was she?
Did you know that in each planet there is a representative of every other planet? She, Jane, is our terrestrial Perelandra, otherwise known as Venus.
I don't understand.
No, I don't suppose you would. But you were perhaps bound to meet her. She is what you'll get if you won't have the other.
How do you mean, sir?
It's to do with what I spoke of before. Obedience within marriage. Obedience to your marriage. You have rejected your husband, you know. You have rejected the masculine in him. Just as he, I have no doubt, has abused the feminine in you. Now, if yours was a virginal rejection of the male, God would allow it. And you would go on to meet something far more masculine than a man later on. For you are not a virgin. Neither are you a Christian. If you were a Christian wife, your meetings with Venus tempered. As you are not, you get her raw, dangerous, demoniac. And you don't like it.
You mean I'm repressing something?
Yes. And I'm afraid there's no escape for you. There is no place in this world for someone who won't be either a pagan or a Christian. You have recoiled from the invasion of your body in marriage through what the old poets called danger. We call it pride. You are offended by the masculine itself, a loud, eruptive, possessive thing against which you resort to primness. But at some stage you will have to surrender. The male you could escape, for that exists only on the biological level. But the masculine, none of us can escape. What is above and beyond all things is so masculine that we are all feminine in relation to it.
You mean I shall have to become a Christian?
Looks like it. If for no other reason than to temper the effects of Venus. And by the way, she is going to be especially active here tonight. I want you to tell the others you must all stay together tonight. In the kitchen, perhaps. Do not come upstairs.
Why, sir?
Our enemies at Belbury have advertised for an interpreter, an expert in archaic dialects. Well, we shall send them one. Oh, yes, by the splendor of Christ, we will send them one. Tonight, I will bring Merlin before my masters. He will be opened. Powers will pass it to him.
Who's this? Wither and Frost. And who on earth is that? White-brimmed hat and a cassock. It's some kind of priest. But why is Wither talking to him in Latin?
Eu videtur omnes linguas nostras ignorare, atque a nobis curae est, atque
Wish I knew Latin.
laboramus ut comperiamus qui sit in
Seems to be something about the old tramp.
interroga civis sed non latini, non intelligit.
Non, Domine, lingua antiqua.
What a huge man that priest is. Hello? The old tramp's seen him and is pretending to stay asleep. His eyes definitely came open. He won't get away with that performance.
What have you asked the priest to do?
He's trying a number of ancient languages to find which one the old man understands.
Where did you find him?
He was sent in answer to our advertisement.
Doesn't he speak English?
No, he's a Basque priest.
A Basque?
But look, the old man's shivering, jerking his head. I think he's trying to say something.
He is. He's whispering back.
What in heaven's name is going on? The priest looks scared.
What's he saying? Quick, tell the priest to translate.
Domine, latine civis.
Mihi dicit. Oh, impossibile est. Senex mihi dicit se esse Merlinum ambrosium. Is homino quindicim seculorum sub terra regressor.
What's he doing? With us, quick, stop What did he say?
He said the old man told him that he's who we thought he was, returned from a sleep of 15 centuries beneath the ground.
My God, this is pure lunacy. They're kneeling. They're kneeling to the tramp. I don't believe it. They're kissing his hand.
Mr. Wither, I wonder if you would spare a moment outside.
Certainly.
Stoddock, you stay here with the priest and the patient.
Oh, blimey. I couldn't have believed it. It's a knockout. A fair knockout.
There's something extraordinary about that priest. He's absolutely huge. And his eyes are remarkable. I wish he wouldn't look at me like that. I wish...
What is it? What's the matter?
It looked, I say looked, as if the man in the bed were only doing what the Basque priest instructed.
Oh, surely. How would a Basque priest come to invent the story that our guest was Merlinus Ambrosius?
That is the point. If the man in the bed is not Merlin, then someone else, namely the priest, knows our whole plan of campaign.
We must consult the head as soon as possible. This evening.
We can't. Have you forgotten? It's the inaugural banquet tonight. Our dear director, Jules, is coming. You'll be dancing attendance on him till midnight. You had therefore to consider at once what to do with the priest and, the old man.
We must get back to them. We have left them alone far too long.
Without a plan.
We must be guided by circumstance.
I cannot stay here. This Merlinus is a diabolist, a worker of infernal miracles. Look what he did to the poor young man the moment you had left the room. He sent him to sleep merely by looking at him. The evil eye.
Silence and listen. If you do what you are told, no harm will come to you. If you do not, you will be destroyed. Ask Merlinus what we should do now. Get on!
He says he must bathe and be dressed, then he must be taken through your house and shown the secrets.
When you've got a line full of these, you send them away into the machine, and hot lead is then squirted into the back of the matrix, giving you a
for an enemy.
Pray, ask him to step this way, and you come with us.
What's happening?
Merlinus wishes me to show him the house and its secrets alone.
I will allow no such arrangement.
My dear Frost, this is hardly the moment, and one of us must be free to meet Jules. You had better rouse Staddock if you can.
Staddock! Staddock! Get up! What do you mean by sleeping here? Come with me to the objective room.
Now, in the objective room, there lies, stretched out on the floor beneath the spotted ceiling, a work of art in the Spanish tradition. A large crucifix, ghastly and realistic.
We have half an hour to pursue our exercises. You must trample on this. Stamp on the face, spit on it, abuse it in any way you can. But look, What is it? Be quick. We have very little time.
This is all just superstition, isn't it? Well, if so, what is their objective about stamping on the face? Isn't it just as subjective to spit on a thing like this as to worship it? I mean, if it's only a bit of wood, why do anything about it?
That is superficial. If you'd been brought up in a non-Christian society, you would not be asked to do this. Of course it is superstition. But it is that particular superstition which has pressed upon our society for a great many centuries.
Yes.
It still forms a dominant system in the subconscious of many individuals who appear to be wholly liberated. Now pray, make haste.
The quiet urgency of Frost's voice almost conquers Mark. He is on the verge of obeying, getting the whole silly business over, when the defenselessness of the figure deters him. The feeling is an illogical one. His reluctance is not because its hands are nailed and helpless, but because
they're made of wood and helpless.
Because the thing, for all its realism, is inanimate.
And cannot in any way hit back.
He remembers one of his sister's dolls, which he once pulled to pieces as a child.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Stoddock?
Mark is aware of the rising danger.
If I disobey, my last chance of leaving Belbury alive may be gone. I'm as helpless as this wooden Christ.
Christianity is nonsense, that he does not doubt that the man once lived and was executed thus by the Belbury of his day.
Yes, and this is what will happen to me if I remain on the side of the straight. This is what the crooked does to the straight.
Do you intend to go on with the training or not?
But Christianity is a fable, and it would be ridiculous to die for a fable. This man himself on this very cross discovered it to be a fable and died complaining of it.
But then, is this the moment to turn against the man? If the universe is a cheat, is that a good reason for joining its sign?
Mr. Studdock, I am waiting for you to start.
It's all bloody nonsense, and I'm damned if I'll do any such thing.
Mr. Frost, I am sorry to interrupt, but I believe that our esteemed director, Mr. Jules, is waiting for us in the drawing room. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure. Nothing could give me greater pleasure, in fact.
How ridiculous they look, with the Jules and the idiotic old tram between them. They seem to think he's someone special. If only they knew. Better not look at him, he winked at me then.
I am sure there is not one of you who needs an introduction. The esteemed director of the NICE, Mr. Horace Jules.
Jane.
Thank you, Mr. Wither. I'm reminded of a story I once heard in a cocktail lounge.
Jane, can you hear me?
Yes.
What can you see?
It's a huge banqueting room. Someone's making a speech. And there's a sort of tramp-looking man at the top table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's Merlin standing behind him.
Is Mark there?
Mark? Oh, yes, there he is. Next to the very fat Italian man who was there when they saw Alcazan saved. The main speaker. Yes, he seems to be a Cockney.
Horace Jules.
But who may be recognised by you. And that is as gross an anachronism as to trust to cavalry for salvation in modern war.
Oh, that's wrong, surely.
What?
Well, Jules has just said cavalry, but he must have meant cavalry.
With the delicate balances of human potential, and we must accept the challenge of the past by throwing down the gauntlet of the future.
Oh, come on, you can't get away with a line like that.
Challenge with determination, and meet it we must, because the future density of mankind suspends upon the implosion of the horses of nature.
He must be drunk.
And the madrigal of Verjuice must be Talthibianized.
What is it, Jane?
Well, Mr. Jules is talking nonsense.
Can you see Merlin?
Yes. He's got his eyes fixed on Jules. He seems to be concentrating very hard.
And are people listening to Jules?
Well, everyone looks puzzled. Mark's laughing. He's got his head down so that no one will see.
And evenly deranging the surrogates implanted in a continual of porous variations. We shall not, till we can secure the aerobation of all Prestandurianites.
Now they're all laughing. And now Mr. Wither's standing. He's forcing Mr. Jules to sit down.
Hey? What you blow do?
I think Mr. Wither's going to restore order.
Tidies and Fugelman, I feel for that we all most deeply debate the defensible, though I trust lavatory especially to have submitted our esteemed inspector.
Oh, you blammit!
It's absolute chaos. There are fights breaking out everywhere.
Where's Merlin?
I can't see him or the tramp. Oh, there's Miss Hardcastle.
Yes.
She's locking the doors. She's locking everyone in. And there's Lord Feverstone. He's climbing out through a serving hatch. Now Wither and Jules are fighting. Oh, no! Mr. Hardcastle's got a gun. She's shot Horace Jules. Oh, no!
What is it, Jane?
There's something under the tables. Everyone's terrified.
What is it?
I don't know. It's there. It's gone again. No, there. Black and torn his stripes. It's a tiger! They've all panicked. They're trying to get out of the door. And it's locked. People are being trampled. The tiger, it's got Miss Hardcastle. Oh, that's horrible. And now there's a wolf. And a snake. Where are they coming from?
The vivisection rooms. I think Merlin has released the vivisection arm.
And a gorilla. Oh, they're killing everyone. They're not eating. They're just killing them and going on to the next. And an elephant. It's lifting someone in its trunk, dashing it to the ground. It's trampling all over people. There's blood and bones and food and flesh all mixed together. And it's trampling in them.
3 men know a way out of that hole, and 3 men know the secret inner sanctum, where with its tubes and dials, its regulated blood and induced breathing, the ghastly head of Alcazan hangs on its bracket. Picture them now. Wither, Strake, and Philostrato, all of them daubed with blood, Philostrato with his right arm badly mauled, walking down the passages towards it. Philostrato is not an initiate. He knows nothing of the macrobes. He believes that his skill and his skill alone has really kept that brain alive. Wither takes his left arm firmly, Strake his other. Strake and Wither lead him, with no antiseptic preparations, straight into the presence of the head. He wants to protest. Such carelessness could undo all his work. But his attempt is absurd, for language is now denied him. He watches as his 2 guides take off their clothes. They pluck his off, too. When the right sleeve, stiff with his blood, does not move, Wither rips it with a knife. And they stand naked before the head. Gaunt, big-boned Strake, Wither an obscene senility, Philostrato a wobbling mountain of fat. Then the high ridge of terror, from which Philostrato is never again to descend, is reached. For what he thinks impossible begins to happen. No one reads dials nor adjusts the pressure, yet the dead man's mouth moves. Adore! And they drop to their knees. Another! Give me another head! Philostrato knows at once why they are forcing him to a certain place in the room. He devised it himself. But this little guillotine is not meant to be used like this. It should all be prepared weeks beforehand. The temperature of the room exactly right, the blade sterilized, the attachments all ready to be made almost before the head is severed. He has even calculated what change the terror of the victim will make to the blood pressure. The supply should be arranged accordingly. His last thought is that he has underestimated the terror. But almost before the fat, dead legs and buttocks of the Italian cease quivering, the same thought strikes Strake and Wither. That the head will ask for... another! And Wither has the knife. No! As Strake bolts, Wither is after him, both of them slipping in Philostrato's blood. Wither slashes repeatedly with his knife. He has not strength to cut through the neck, but he has killed him. Wither stands, but there is something there. Something is moving. Could it be that they did not shut the outer door? And Mr. Bultitude's dark mind is filled with excitement as he remembers forbidden and forgotten pleasures. Warm salt tastes, the pleasant resistances of bone, things to crunch and lick and worry.
Yes, I can see it all. They're all dead. The floor of the dining hall's completely covered. The electric light's on and it's quiet. Oh, wait. Somebody's coming. Oh, it's Merlin. He's picking his way through the bodies. He seems to be looking for... He's bending down. He's found someone. Oh, it's Mark. He's alive. He's alive.
Thank God.
He seems to be in a daze.
Sorge, Miselle.
What?
Sorge, Miselle.
He's shouting something at him, but Mark won't understand Latin.
What is he saying?
Sorge, Miselle.
Ah, get up, wretched boy.
Oh, well, yes, Mark seems to have got the message. And now Merlin's giving him a note.
Ah, yes, that'll be Deniston's note.
Oh.
Your wife awaits you at the manor at St. Anne's. Come quickly by road as best you can. Do not go near Edgestone.
Now Merlin's pushing him. He's leading him over the bodies, down the passage, and out of the door. Oh, it's snowing. It's bitterly cold. Oh, Merlin's thumped him in the back, and he seems to be running for his life.
And as Mark runs, so Augustus Frost, in his own way, attempts to flee. He goes into the objective room, pours petrol on the floor and furniture, and strikes a match. And this is the first moment at which he begins to suspect that death itself might not cure the illusion of having a soul. That death might indeed prove the entry into a world where that illusion rages unchecked. He begins to know, but simultaneously refuses to know, that souls exist. He half sees, he wholly hates. The physical torture of the burning is hardly fiercer than his hatred. In this attitude, eternity overtakes him, as sunrise in old tales overtakes time and turns them into unchangeable stone.
Sir, now I can see Lord Feverstone. He's escaped too. He's outside Belbury, amongst a lot of cars.
Where the hell's my... I left it next to that Bentley. It's been stolen, damn it. Damn it! Well, at least I can speak again. Another consolation. There's enough left for me to steal half a dozen. They're not going to need them. How about this one? Good. Who's that? Oh. Imagination playing tricks. Anyway, let's try this for size. Now then, should be simple enough. What? Who's that? Mr. Early himself. He's going too fast, for God's sake! Please, we'll never hold the road. If there is someone in control of this, please, for God's sake, slow down. We're going too fast!
They're in Birmingham way?
Roughly. At least I'm going to St. Anne's.
Oh, well, I can take you to the turn-off. That'll save you a bit.
Thanks.
Oh, please. Oh, please, stop! Oh, no, for God's sake, stop! Could have been worse. Could have been my car.
As Feverstone extricates himself from the upturned car, he sees that he's not alone. A tall and massive figure in a black cassock is before him, its back towards him, walking steadily away. The figure turns, looks at him in silence, then resumes its walk.
All right. Go on, then. I don't like the look of you in any case. In fact, I have seldom liked the look of anyone less.
The black figure comes to a gate. Next moment...
How the hell did that happen?
The man is over the gate and on the horse's back and off at a canter across the field that rises milk-white with snow to the skyline.
Well, good riddance. Where does that leave me? Where the hell am I?
When all this is finished, Mrs. Dimble, what will the director do?
He has longed to go back to Perelandra, Jane, to Venus. It's a sort of homesickness. One can see it in his eyes.
Oh.
I wonder if we will ever see Merlin again.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think either he or the director expected him to come back.
No.
When I saw him in my vision with all those dreadful things happening all around him, you could see in his face that he was a man used up to the last drop. What on earth's that?
If the war was still on, I'd have said it was a bomb. Come and look. Look.
What?
Look how bright it is over Edgestone. It's as bright as day.
And so hot.
What It has begun.
Oh, stop, will you? Come on. Oh, stop, damn it. Oh, damn you! Oh, come on. You'll stop. Come on, pull over. There's a good chap.
You're going to Edstone? Like hell, but Edstone's back there, if that's what you fancy. All right, then. Go to hell!
In the end, there is nothing for it but to walk. Every vehicle is going away from Edstone, none going towards it.
It's getting infernally hot.
All around him, snow is melting in the fast increasing heat. Haze from the melting snow fills the air. When he reaches the brow of the last descent into Edstone, he can see nothing of the city, only fog, through which extraordinary coruscations of light come up to him. He's a few paces down the hill when he decides to turn.
I'll follow the Exodus. I'll make for London.
He turns. But instead of going up, he finds he is still descending, as if he were on shale. The ground slips beneath him, and he slides 30 yards down the hill. He tries again. He's flung off his feet. He rolls downward, stones, earth, grass, and water pouring onto him. A wave of earth. Behind him, the valley has been turned into hell. The pit of fog burns with a blinding violet flame. Water roars, buildings crash. His mouth and hair and nose are full of earth. The slope grows steeper, the ridge heaves up, and the whole wave of earth rises, arches, trembles, and with all its weight and noise pours down on him.
Are you tired, sir? Is the pain bad?
No, Grace, it isn't that. But now that it's so nearly time for me to go, all this begins to feel like a dream.
I suppose you have to go, sir.
Ah, my dear, what else is there to do? I shall be sorry to leave Logra, but I have not grown a day older since I came back from Perelandra. And there is no natural death to look forward to. My wound will only be healed in the world where it was God.
That is clean contrary to the observed laws of nature.
It is not contrary to the laws of nature. Your mistake is to think that the laws you've observed on this planet are universal laws, and there are always exceptions in any system.
Not many exceptions to the law of death have come my way.
If you two don't stop arguing, I think I shall make you marry one another.
Can you tell me, sir, what you mean by Logra?
Ah, Logra. You tell her, Dr. Dimble.
Well, it's a sort of haunting. How something we may call Britain is always haunted by something we may call Logra. Haven't you noticed how we are two countries? After every Arthur, a Mordred. Behind every Milton, a Cromwell, a nation of poets, a nation of shopkeepers. Is it any wonder they call us hypocrites? But what they mistake for hypocrisy is really the struggle between Logra and Britain. Some time ago, when our director returned from Venus, he was summoned to the bedside of an old man then dying in Cumberland. That man was the Pendragon, the successor of Arthur and Uther and Cassibellaun. Our director received from him the office and the blessing. Some of the Pendragons are well known to history, though not under that name. Others you have never heard of. But in every age, they and the little Logra which gathered round them have been the fingers which gave the tiny shove, or the almost imperceptible pull, to prod England out of the drunken sleep, or to draw her back from the final outrage into which Britain tempted her.
This history of yours is a wee bit lacking in documents.
It has plenty, but you do not know the language they are written in. When the history of these last few months comes to be written, there will be no mentioning it of you and me, nor of Merlin and the Pendragon and the planets. And yet, in these months, Britain rebelled most dangerously against Logra and was defeated just in time.
Shh. What's that?
Ah. Open the door, Mr. Denniston.
Mr. Multitude, and half covered in snow. Oh, and look here.
Oh, there's another. Another bear.
Is there indeed? Then I strongly suspect, Arthur, that that is the future Mrs. Multitude. Yes.
Look how bright it is outside. It's as if a whole dome of light is standing over the garden.
Open all the windows. The vessel in which I must ride is now almost within the air of this world.
As Mark draws near St. Anne's, his mind is not at ease. He knows he is going to meet Jane. Moments of unforgettable failure in their short married life rise in his mind. In the past, he has thought of what he called Jane's moods. Now he thinks of his own clumsy importunity. Inch by inch, all the lout
and clown
and clodhopper in him are revealed to his inspection.
The coarse male boor,
with horny hand
and hobnailed shoes,
and beefsteak jaw, not rushing in, for that could be carried off, but
blundering,
sauntering,
stumping in,
where great lovers, knights, and poets would have feared to tread.
How could I dare?
And dare, too, with such careless stupidity. Standing alone in the mist, he grows hot to the forehead at the thought of it.
I shall release her. She'll be glad to be rid of me.
What he has called her coldness seems now to be her patience. For he loves her now.
But it's all spoiled. Too late to mend matters.
The sky's growing brighter every minute.
So, can we be with you to the very end?
Child, you should not stay till then. You are waited for.
Me, sir?
Yes. Your husband is waiting for you in the lodge. Should you not go to him?
Must I go now?
If you leave the decision with me, it is now that I would send you.
Then I will go, sir.
Go in obedience, and you will find love. You will have no more dreams. Have children instead.
And Jane leaves the house with the director's kiss upon her lips and his words in her ears. She moves in the liquid light of the garden and its supernatural warmth, past the greenhouse and the piggery, across the wetness of the lawn, going down all the time, down to the lodge, descending the ladder of humility. First she thinks of the director, then she thinks of Melville, then she thinks of her obedience, and the setting of each foot before the other becomes a kind of sacrificial ceremony. She thinks of
children,
and of
pain,
and
death.
She thinks of Mark and all his sufferings, and the vision of Venus, raw and dangerous, comes to her mind.
How if he does not want me? How if he is not there?
A great gap of relief or disappointment, she cannot say, is made in her mind by this thought. But then she sees the window. The bedroom window of the lodge is open, and clothes piled on a chair inside so carelessly that the sleeve of a shirt, Mark's shirt, hangs down over the outside wall.
And in all this damp, too. How like Mark. How exactly like Mark.
In the final episode of That Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis, Jane was played by Catherine Halbert, Mark by Andrew Wincott, Featherstone and Fisher King by Steve Hodson, McPhee and Wither by Geoffrey Banks, C.S. Lewis by Garrard Green, and Merlin by Robert Edison. Arthur was Andy Hockley, Camilla, Sean Lloyd-Owen, Miss Ironwood, Daphne Rogers, Dr. Dimble, Graham Goldclough, and Mrs. Dimble, Tina Gray. Miss Hardcastle was Judy Bridgeland, Philostrato, Roger Hume, Strake, Robin Kyle, Jules, Graham Patton,